No links tonight.
Nah, I've severed all tethers, man. I'm not. You know what? I'm not a link man anymore.
Severed all tethers.
Severed all tethers.
Does
I'm not a link man anymore, and I don't really care. Let's go live Martian time. Let's break it down. Let's do our deal. Matter of fact, it is NFL theme night, Martian time.
it
We're going to
is?
talk a lot of NFL. We got to pitch a little bit of something here and there on our way. You know what? NFL is going to be our deal, bro.
Yes, sir. Like
Tonight.
always, man. I'm telling you, we gotta have something. So come on, are we on here? There we go. There we go. All right, Facebook's going up and running here. See if it keeps going. Come on. YouTube is on. Facebook is on. It's looking like we're rolling today, man. I think. Pretty sure we're rolling. There we go. All right, here we go. I'm ready. Donnie Mac, let's do this. Another episode of 863 Sports Buzz. Listen, we're here. We're deciding who makes the best all-time NFL team, man. We're doing an NFL edition. We're picking some big games here. All-time players. We got a special wheel for you guys. I hope you're just as excited as we are because we are ready. And I'm ready to beat Donnie Mac because, as you guys know, my record is very good against Donnie Mac. So,
Oh yeah, but you know what? You're on like an 0-2 or 3 streak here at Martian time, and Donnie Mac feels good about his comeback streak right now, Martian time.
then you don't know if
You
you can get it. That's
and
all I'm
that
saying.
Toon Squad, hey, you and that Toon Squad,
I'm
right
saying.
on top of your head, buddy. You guys are going down because I'm calling in the resources, man.
Yeah, you
I
better
am
because you're going
calling
to need
them
all
in.
the help you can get, buddy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You're going to need all the help you can get, my friend.
Hey, Martian
So,
time. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this, man. It's been a week apart. Saturday nights, you and I, 7 o'clock. It's been a week apart. We're doing something different tonight, man. I miss you, brother. I really miss talking 100% sports. You and I, face to face, and doing this deal like we do, and we have been doing, man. I can't wait for what we have in store, Martian time.
I'm
I
telling you,
really
man,
can't wait. I
Saturdays are
can't wait.
fun.
This is
Saturdays are a
gonna be
good
fun.
episode. We're going to have
This is
fun.
gonna be
I'm going to talk crap. I'm going to win this competition as always. So, I don't want to hurt your feelings too much, though, because I got to bring you back next Saturday. So, I can't hurt your feelings too much. So, I'm always
yeah.
excited for it. But listen, man, NFL's coming up. We're feeling it. We're getting ready for preseason. That's why we're all decked out. We're ready to roll. Man, I'm ready for NFL. I'm ready for college football. I'm ready for football to be back. I just want it back. That's why we're doing this now. What's your most exciting thing this year, man? What's going to be the craziest thing that happens this year? Give me something, a breakout player. Someone's going to go off for a record-breaking year. What do you got? What are you going to have this year? Come on, Donnie Mac. Give me something.
You're not going to like this, and I'm going to pitch it out there until I'm blue in the face, and that's Coleman, baby. Oh, Mr. Keon Coleman. This guy from Florida State is a physical specimen. I've been watching him in the offseason,
He's looking
March
pretty
time.
good. And,
I've
he's
been
looking pretty
watching
good.
him. This guy right here is the next best thing in the NFL as far as wide receiver. He's staying strong. He's got all the right tools. He's got the ups. He's got the physicality. March time. He is the number one guy. This is what's going to happen. Keon Coleman, you guys better watch this guy in the NFL this year. Rookie of the year.
Listen,
Rookie of the
you're going
year.
big for that, man. I don't know,
Rookie
man.
of the year.
Rookie of the year is huge. I mean, you're talking, beating out
Now-
all these quarterbacks that were taken in the top
Now
10.
listen,
You're talking all this stuff, man.
he does have Allen at quarterback. He's
He
going to
does.
have 12.
And he's the
13,
only receiver he
14,
has. So, I
15
mean, Josh
touchdowns.
Allen has to throw him the ball.
He's going to be the guy there. He's going to have 15 touchdowns. He's going to have 1,500 yards receiving on 86 receptions, man. But just like Buffalo always does, Marshall time, you already know it. They're going to crap out in the playoffs, first round exit to none other than the Miami Dolphins. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be
Listen,
here
man.
always.
Well, they seem to crap out.
Miami
but it
gets their
seems to be
first win in
one
the
team,
playoffs
so,
in 25 years against these Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, well, I'm just hoping we get a win. That's all I want. I want one win at this point, so I don't care. I just want to make it to the
Hey,
playoffs, man. That's all I'm
I,
hoping for this year. I'm hoping we
you know
make
what?
it to the
I
playoffs
think I
again.
kind of jinxed you last year,
You
taking
did, you did. I blame you for it
to
too.
you
I
know
do
what I mean?
blame you
I
for it.
kind
So
of jinxed.
good job.
You jinxed me too. So you know what? Where I'm laying off this year, and you know what? I just like what Miami's got going on. That's it, Marshall. I
Otto's
just
over here
like what they
saying,
got.
"Hey, man, he's excited to see how Cooper DeJean does for the Eagles." Listen,
Oh
I hate to
man,
tell you, man,
hey,
the Eagles are done. The Eagles are just done. I'm sorry. They lost their mighty centerpiece. They're done. They're
no
done.
way,
They're done. I'm telling you, man.
no
They're not.
way, dude.
Everybody's
I
predicting them.
no, nah,
They don't.
I'm not
They don't
jumping
even
on
win the
board with
NFC
it.
East this year, man. I'm telling you, Dallas Cowboys win the NFC East this year, and I hate the Cowboys. So that's something coming from me.
Well, that might be a thing, but they're still going to make the playoffs. Eagles are
Yeah.
going to make the
Well, I mean, they are
playoffs,
in the
and you know
weakest
what?
division in the league. So I mean, what do you expect? Except for NFC
And not
South,
only
maybe.
that,
So
it's too many prima donnas in Dallas. First of all, Jalen Hurts' company they're not falling off as fast as you think they're going to fall off.
they fell
Marshall
off
time.
pretty
They
hard
might
last
not
year,
win
buddy.
that
They
division.
fell off pretty
Hey,
far last year, pretty
listen,
fast. I'm just
they
saying.
might have. They might have because it's a retooling season. I love everything
Mm,
they've done in the offseason. First of all, losing Kelsey is a big deal. Yeah, that's a big replacement there. Everybody's thinking about that. It's not the only thing going on. You still have that Pro Bowl roster there, Martian time. You can't
sure.
forget about that.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
still
you
there.
got a couple. Well, you got a
It's
couple.
still
You ain't
there.
got very many left, man. You
You had a
lost
lot
your
of young guys
centerpiece.
there. You had a
You
lot of
lost the
young guys
main guy
there.
who protected Jalen Hurts. He was the leader of your offensive
I already
line.
knew you was going to say that.
Come on.
See, I told you to already cross that off your mind, dude. Even take it out of your mind because I
Yeah.
could take two or three guys in a rotation to replace him. But Kelsey, he's a Hall of Famer. There's no replacing that, right? That's amazing. But if you solidify on both sides of that other side of the ball, you have a chance. If you got a tackle that can block and help block for that center, you know what I mean? Linebackers coming up the middle, outside linebackers coming through the outside in the gaps. You know what I mean? They do that, and they did that. That's exactly what they did. They're still young. They're young. That's why I give them a chance to hang around in this division for the next at least 6-7 years.
I mean, Otto makes a good point. They're not the Bears, so they have a chance. But I'm
No,
sorry,
they
they're
do.
not. They're not doing it because the Bears are already done. Because everybody knows how I feel about Caleb Williams. He's going to be a bust. So that's all I got. That's all I'm saying about the Bears. He's going to be a bust. One of the biggest busts in history. Calling it now. I've already called. I called it like what 8 months ago.
Well, when you're
I
talking
don't.
about
I don't like
the
him.
Eagles, let's talk about the excitement of Saquon Barkley
That is
entering
true. I
that
mean, you
lineup.
bring in
You know what I
Saquon
mean?
Barkley,
I mean,
but again,
Marshentime,
he's always
this
hurt,
guy is
man.
not a
He's always
slouch.
hurt.
No, he's not. He
He
last year
is.
because where'd he come from? First of all, if you don't have a quarterback to back you up, first of all, and you don't have a spread offense like the Eagles are offering you, look exactly what LaShawn McCoy did, what Darren Sproles did in this offense. This is what I see him doing in that kind of offense. Saquon Barkley is that guy. He is that bell cow. You get him the ball in the open space, man, this guy is absolutely prolific. We
There's
watched
one
it at Penn
problem,
State,
man.
dude.
You got to have the offensive line to do it. They're
No,
rebuilding
you
their
don't.
whole offensive
No, you
line.
don't. A guy like
Yes, they
Saquon
do.
Barkley,
Yes, you do.
hey,
Yeah,
a
no,
guy
no, no,
like
no. Don't
Saquon
even. No, no,
Barkley,
no, no, no.
listen, Jalen Hurts
Mm,
outside the
mm,
pocket,
mm.
you're getting Saquon out here on the 10-yard line. I will dump it to him anytime,
Man,
anywhere,
the
anyhow.
problem is
I got
Jalen
two
Hurts was
good
hurt the half
receivers
the year
blocking
last year
for him.
because of it, man.
I mean,
He's not the healthy
I'm with
guy
you,
anymore.
Otto.
He can't
Otto,
escape it.
Otto, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. This Eagles team could be exciting this year, man. Marshall's in denial because he hates his team. They've been good for so long,
I
and he
don't hate the
loves
Eagles.
Kelsey so
Whoa, whoa,
much.
whoa. I do love Jason Kelsey, you know.
I know you
But
do.
listen,
I do.
you're
I do.
losing your centerpiece in your offensive line. What wins you games is in the trenches. We've talked about this. The trenches are a huge thing. You can't just stick another center in there and think that they're going to be the same team because they're not.
No,
You're
because they're
losing,
not.
if not the greatest center of all time, and you're putting a new player in there. You don't know what's going to
I'm
happen.
not saying that. I'm not saying that, Martian time. Anybody in their right mind would be foolish to say you could replace a Pro Bowler like
You
that. I'm
can't.
not saying that.
You're not
Yeah,
going
I'm
to.
not
You
saying
never
that.
will.
What I'm saying, they've retooled so much in the offseason as far as rookies and third
They've
and
added
fourth round.
Saquon Barkley. That's the only thing they've really done all year round, man. I
Hey,
don't know
you
what you're
haven't
getting
looked
at here,
at
but
none of the college acquisitions they've done in the 4th, 5th round, 6th round pick. Like I just said, it's all been interior linemen, all of it.
I don't care
That's where it
when you
starts.
pick them. The problem is, guess what? You don't know how they're going to be until you put them on the field.
I don't
They're
care
rookies,
what you
man.
think.
They're
Though.
going to make mistakes. They're going to cause issues, and Jalen Hurts is going to get hurt again.
You act
That
like
is
a
the issue.
person can't be replaced, Marshentime, but they can.
We're
Even
moving
a
on
guy
from the
like
Eagles. We're moving on from the Eagles. I'm done with this. I'm done with
even a
this.
guy like Jason Kelce can be replaced.
No,
Yes,
he
he can.
cannot. He's
Yes,
probably
he
the
can.
greatest of all time. We're not. You
replaced.
can't just stick somebody in there
No,
and replace
he's
him.
not the greatest of all time. Stop.
Name another center. Name another center you're putting ahead of Jason Kelce right now. Maybe Jeff Saturday. That may be the only other guy I'm putting him close there.
Maybe. Look, you're already naming them for me, so stop it.
That's the only other guy I'm putting up with him.
You're fucking moving it. You're naming them for me, Marshentime.
I
Move
named
on.
one guy, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly. You can't even name another one.
Thank you.
Listen.
Incognito, okay? Stick him in your pipe and smoke it.
No,
you're wearing a damn jersey, so I don't even want to talk about that.
This is type. Get out of here. Listen.
No, you got the colors on. No, ain't no listen.
Oh my
move
God.
on.
We're getting out of here. We're going out of it. We're getting out.
Yeah, move on.
Oh,
you lost.
Shut up. We're moving
ding, 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 ding.
We're moving away from Philadelphia. We're moving away from Philadelphia, Donnie Mac. We're going away. We're sticking with NFC. Another team you're excited to watch, buddy. Otto's calling the Lions. What other team in the NFC do you see that you want to watch this year?
Yep. No, not really. Not really. I mean, Lions are the Lions, man. They are going to be what they're going to be.
I mean, they're going to be good, but give me a team you're excited to watch. I want to see a team you're excited to watch this year.
Lions are going to be Lions. Otto, I can't really agree 100% on that, but what I will say, Lions will not regress. Marshentime. I want to put, I want to put a little confidence on top of what.
Unless they stop using Jahmyr Gibbs,
Dan Campbell's
stop
not
using
that dude.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, and stop using
Dan Campbell is not that dude. He will keep that robust going on in that locker room. He is not that dude. He will take them. NFC. I'm looking at a team that's probably really not going to be likable down the stretch, but again,
not going to be likable. Okay, where are we going here, buddy?
Likable down the stretch, and again, I'm just going with the Seattle Seahawks. They're just young.
You did this last year.
No. I think they're going to be better than what they're projected to be, because they're projected to be at 29th in the league this year. I think they.
Okay. I mean, they're not going to be that bad. They're not going to be that bad. I don't think.
Oh, I'm serious. I'm serious. You look at all the tabloids.
But you're excited to watch the Seahawks. All right. Well, I'm not.
I'm not excited to watch them. You said a team that's going to make a lot of, a big significant difference. Everybody.
I said, which one team are you most excited to watch in the NFC?
In the NFC, it's probably got to be New Orleans. I really can't.
Excited to see that? Oh, okay. I mean,
yeah, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, these teams right here because of the doubt and the shadow that's cast upon them. You know what I mean? First of all,
I'm going to throw a team out that you're going to be shocked about. I don't think you're even thinking about this team as being an exciting team to watch next year. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers.
Well,
I think Jordan Love is going to take another step up. Yeah. They added a couple pieces. And I think this team, they let go of their running backs, but they bring in Josh Jacobs. That's going to be a huge upgrade, I feel like. I don't care
on Jordan Love last year, Marshentime.
I was okay with Jordan Love. I'm seeing him take another step up. This is going to be his year, like he always breaks out, like Aaron Rodgers did, like Brett Favre did. He's just another. I'm telling you, Green Bay just seems to get quarterback after quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be that style, but that great. But I'm calling him. It's going to be a good quarterback. I'm excited.
I'm with you on that one. 100% back you up on that, Marshentime. 863 Sports Buzz. We support that right there. Jordan Love, he's the next guy in Green Bay. And you're talking about number 2 in the league when it comes to passing figures. Last year and then in the last 9 games of the season, Marshentime, you're talking about quarterback rating, completion percentage. Jordan Love was at the top of that.
And the best part is he beat the crap out of the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. That's all I gotta need from him right there, man. If he does that again,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it. I don't care. I'm ready. What about AFC team? Give me your AFC team. What are you thinking?
AFC. I was thinking about a team here a minute ago, and I I hate to do this, Marshentime, but I'm going to jump on board with probably everybody in the nation, and I'm watching the Jets. I want to see what the heck happens.
You want to see how
because
long Aaron Rodgers lasts. I understand.
exactly, pretty much. That's the most intriguing
The
thing over there.
drama he has caused, though,
You know the
this year, man,
Patriots are going to
already.
be the bottom of the barrel. Now, I will give you another
Ooh,
team, and that's
okay.
Pittsburgh Pirates. I was going to say the Pirates.
Yeah, there you go. We're going baseball
Steelers.
now.
Hey, let me hold on. Let me
We're
backwash.
jumping into baseball real fast, guys. we're gonna see the Pittsburgh Pirates come on the football
But
scene.
the Steelers in their offseason, we've been watching Justin Fields, we've been watching Russell Wilson, we've been looking at a lot of stuff that's kind of intriguing because we know what they're going to bring on defense, right, Marshentime?
We do.
We know arguably the best
They got the
defensive
best player
player
on the
in the
defensive
league,
end,
and JJ Watt's brother, and JT Watt.
TJ, yeah.
TJ, you know what I mean?
TJ
So
Watt.
this is kind of Kenny Pickett, these guys, they got the good stuff there. Tomlin's there, Marshentime. They've got the good stuff, and I'm a Cincinnati fan. You see me here, orange and black. You know what I mean?
You are.
I hate this guy.
Non-biased, man. I respect
know
it.
what to watch for. I know what to watch for. This division right here is one of the most dangerous, along with that Miami Dolphins defense. One of the most, and Kansas City over there in the West, but one of the most dangerous divisions is right here, Marshentime. I'm kind of watching that. Pittsburgh, they could be a team to be watching this year, dude.
No. Listen, I'm sticking in your division. I'm sticking in the division, and I'm going the Baltimore Ravens. They added Derrick freaking Henry. You added one of the best running backs ever of all time to a team who pretty much, they did really well all the way into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I can see this team becoming a dangerous, crazy team that's just going to, they're going to pound the ball down your throat over and over and over again with Lamar Jackson, with Derrick Henry, and it's going to be fun to watch, man. I'm telling you. It takes a whole shoulder.
Time out. If I had a flag, I'd throw it on you right now, Marshentime. Do you not remember why they lost in the playoffs last year? Do you not remember?
But
it wasn't because of rushing.
Whoa, stop,
it was not
stop for a moment here.
Come on,
Stop for a moment here.
Come on. Be real now.
About that. You're correct. But who was their running back last year?
It doesn't matter.
Who was
they had the top 5 rushing attack in the league. Top 5 rushing attack.
They didn't have Derrick Henry. If you have Derrick Henry and you don't run the ball, you know something's wrong. I don't care what's going to happen.
You got Lamar Jackson, and you got the best rushing attack in the league.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
They're going to change it this year, man. I'm calling it this year. They're
coaching.
making a run.
They didn't change nothing in coaching. Offensive coordinator.
He's made it to the Super Bowl already.
Problem. No.
And you know what? I feel
offensive
like
coordinator
is going to
offensive coordinator, not Harbaugh. Not Harbaugh.
Offensive but Harbaugh will change that. I'm telling you right
offensive coordinator. No, you better get you another one. Because last year there was the recipe for success.
I'm done with this. I am done with this. We're going into our thing right here, right now, because I'm mad at
Henry doesn't change.
We're doing this. We're making the best team right now.
He's 33 years old, and he's got 1,000,000 miles on his wheels, dude. You got to change those tires, brother.
When he is one of the top leading rushers next year, I don't want to hear any complaints. I don't want to hear any argument.
Ain't gonna make no difference.
Shove it up. I'm going to be like, Donnie Mac, I am correct, and you were wrong.
Ain't going to make no difference.
You're going to accept it.
Regardless of what he did, they had the best rushing attack last year. Okay? Regardless of what he does with them, it's what they do in the playoffs. Lombardi is what the hell matters.
Just wait until they make it to that AFC Championship game, and they're going to shock some people.
And lose to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay, now that was just... All right, we're going to explain what we're doing here tonight, guys. We're building all-time NFL team. All right, we're doing this right now. We're picking a quarterback, a running back, a couple receivers, a tight end, one O-line who is going to be from this year. So whatever O-line team you're picking is from this year. All right. And then we got a defensive lineman, we got a defensive back, and then we have a head coach. So you got to pick your head coach. All right. That's what we're doing. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to spin the wheel. We're going to bring a wheel up here in just a minute. You're going to see it. And we're going to see who wins, man. We're going to see who builds the better team. Obviously, it's going to be me because I'm like, undefeated in these things.
I see you, Ollie. Northwestern playing up there. I'm not cutting you off, Marshentime. Keep on. I see you, Ollie, though. I'm excited for that Northwestern stuff, too, man.
Let's see. So we're going on, man. I'm bringing this up here. I'm going to show everybody what we're doing, So there we go. Everybody can see this now, hopefully coming up on screen here.
Yep.
Let me know when you can see it. You can see it? All right, good. That's what I want to hear. That is what I want to hear. Donnie, Matt, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first, good sir?
Marshentime, you are the genius behind this, dude. You had set this up. You talked me into this. I want you to go first. You have the honorary.
You just want the lucky chance to get a better thing. All right, I'm spinning this. I'm spinning it, and I'm going to get right off. Oh, I thought I was going to get the Dolphins right off the bat, man. The Lions.
You start with the quarterback?
Man, now I'm not starting with a quarterback. You know who I'm going with. I'm going with greatest running back of all time, man.
Of all time.
You know where I'm going, man. Barry Sanders is my running back. Donnie Mac, this is going to be your pick right here, buddy. Who are you picking from the Ravens?
Ooh, Baltimore Ravens. What do we have on our list? Do we have a defensive guy back there?
Yeah, you have defensive lineman and defensive back, man. So, I mean, you can pick anybody you want.
Lineman and back, man. I almost want to go defense here. I'm going to go Ed Reed as a back.
Ed Reed. I respect it, man. I respect it. That's a good choice. That's a good choice.
Got to go Ed Reed there, right? Almost.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Who am I getting here? I'm getting oh, man. Cleveland Browns. I feel like, you know what? I got to go with defensive line right now, man. I got to go with defensive line. I'm going to go with Myles Garrett.
Got to go Garrett.
I'm going to go Garrett.
You got to go Garrett. You got to go.
That's not a bad start, though. I'm okay with that. It's a good defensive lineman right there. Donnie Mac, where are you going? Uh-oh, you're going to get the Lions, too. Oh, you got so lucky. Remember, you cannot pick the same player. So, Chargers for you, buddy. Who are you going with? I think this is obvious, man. I'm just saying. I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I think I got to go Allen here, right?
Really? Allen?
Nah,
Allen.
I'm going to go Antonio Gates at tight end.
Yeah, okay, right? That's what I was thinking, buddy. That's what I was thinking.
Antonio Gates. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
I respect that one a whole lot more than Allen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going with. Calm down right now.
Ooh, I'm going with the Jets. Ugh.
Oh,
man. Dude, where do I go with the Jets?
That's kind of obvious right there, dude.
Is it? I don't think it is. You know what? I'm going to go with Revis Island. Revis Island. I'm going to go with Revis Island.
Revis. Good one,
Revis Island, man. You know what?
All right.
Revis Island, baby. Let's go.
All right. Well, way to go,
somebody
brother.
Put on your receivers, you know what I mean?
Way to go.
And you're going to get the Green Bay Packers. Ooh.
I'm going to get the Packers. Oh, number one all time. Man, I already went.
You got quarterback, running back, couple receivers, O-line, defensive line, and you still got your head coach out there. Pretty good head coach right off the bat.
Or I could go Reggie White on interior defense.
You could.
I'm going to go Reggie White.
Reggie White, okay.
I like a defense. Marshentime, you know what we say. Defense wins
championships. Listen, man, we got our defense all settled up already. So now we're going to have to start looking into some people here. The Giants, oof. Man, now I wish I had that defensive line. I could go, Lawrence Taylor. But for the Giants, I feel like I got to go Prime Odell. Man, this is tough, though. Yeah, I got to go Prime Odell, man, when he was all going off. Prime Odell. I'll put him as my number 2 receiver, though. He's not going to be my number 1. Prime Odell.
Marshentime, do we have head coach back there, though?
We have a head coach.
Did you add a head coach yet?
Yeah, no, I haven't picked mine yet, but I feel like I can get a better one. You got the Saints, buddy. Where are you going with the Saints?
I think this is kind of obvious right here with the New
Yeah,
Orleans Saints at number one. I'm
we'll
going
just
Drew
go here.
Brees
Yeah.
at the helm. That's kind of obvious right there, Marshentime.
You're kind
I
of scaring me. I'm gonna be honest, man. You're making a pretty good team. You're making
I'd
a
be
pretty good
really
team, buddy.
dumb
Is all
not
I'm
to
gonna
go with
say.
Drew Brees.
Ooh,
I'd be really dumb.
oh, you gotta be kidding me. The Jaguars. Oh my god,
No, I can think of a couple of good ones now, Marshentime. I really could, but I'm
man,
not going to tell you.
man, you're killing me. This is rough. I already have my quarterback. I already have my receiver, my running back, my tight end. Oh,
Oh
man, do
yeah,
I
you
go
jumped
with?
the gun on your running back. That's right.
Nah, I got
Ooh.
Barry Sanders. Come on, man. Come on. I can only
Yeah,
jump the
yeah,
gun.
yeah. That's not really jump the
Um,
gun.
you know what? I'm gonna go with an all-around good tight end that was in the league for a long time, Mercedes Lewis.
Mercedes Lewis. I knew it was coming.
Mercedes
Yep.
Lewis, not a bad tight
And you,
end, you know. A good blocking tight end too. So for Barry Sanders, we're just gonna punch that ball down the throat.
who's my
Donnie
tight
Mac,
end?
you got Antonio Gates. You're gonna get the Chargers again, sir. Who you going now?
Man, oh man.
I mean, I know who I'd go, but I'm not gonna say it.
That's
So
you, man. That ain't me. That's
yeah,
you.
well, who you gonna go, buddy?
I got a secondary. I
Yeah, you
got
got a
interior
secondary.
defense
Yeah, you have
because
running
I
back,
could have gone.
receivers, O line, and the coach. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Better be careful. That's all I'm saying. Where you going, man?
I think I'm stuck at receiver right now and running back.
Yeah, well,
Darren Sproles is going to be my running back.
you're picking Darren Sproles as your running back. Ah, man, I am
Yep,
disappointing you right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm taking him.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm taking him.
Now that he's already called his person, I just want you guys to point out he just missed LaDainian Tomlinson as his
Yeah,
running back. What is wrong with you, Donnie Mac? Oh, come on.
LT. I probably had a brain fart there, but you still got the Giants and you still suck. So go ahead and pick your guy.
Man.
Probably one you should. You know what? Just like you, I could have named 13 guys from the New York Giants that are Hall of Famers that could have taken your team to the top. I
You
don't
really
even know
couldn't
who
have.
you got.
You really couldn't
You
have,
already
sir.
got your running Tiki Barber. You know what I mean? You got a wide receiver yet?
Yeah, I do. I still have one receiver
Odell
left, but
Beckham.
I already got
Tiki
Odell on the
Barber.
team, sir. That's who I picked for my
Yeah.
pick. Oh
Tiki
man,
Barber. You know what I mean? You could have had Eli Manning. You could have had.
I don't want Eli Manning
You
as
could
my
have had
quarterback. Get out of here.
Danny Dimes. You could have had Phil Sims. You could have
Yeah.
had Fran Tarkenton. You could have had all these guys,
Man, I'm
man.
trying to think of a good head coach from the New York Giants.
Yeah, I know one. I know one really good one, and he won him 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but I don't remember what his name was.
Oh my,
I don't remember who the
oh
coach
my
was, man.
God! Do you want some help? For an extra pick for me, I'll give you some help.
I don't want none of your garbage help, sir. None of your garbage help because it's garbage. You know what?
Bill Belichick. That was his name, Bill Belichick.
Belichick was the Patriots. What are you talking about? Get out of here.
I
This
know.
guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. Doesn't
Just
even know what
want
he's
to tease
talking
you.
about.
I can't wait until you flub this pick. I can't wait.
Man,
I can't wait. You're gonna flub it.
killing me. You're killing me,
Oh,
man.
Flubby Flubbington. Come on, Marshentime. You could do it.
I can't, man. This is killing me. I can't. I don't want to pick
Yes,
the
you
O
can.
line.
You can do
I
it,
really
buddy.
can't. I really can't.
Yes, you can. Open
What
your
was it?
mind. Expand your horizons.
Oh, it was Tom Coughlin. That's who it was. Coughlin. That's who it was. I'm picking him as my coach, Coughlin. Couldn't remember his name. It was driving me nuts, but I remembered it. Tom Coughlin.
You could have taken Bill Parcells there too. He's a head
I
coach.
don't like Bill Parcells. I'm sorry, man. I really don't. Donnie Mac stepping in to the Falcons.
Who I got left over there?
You got two receivers, an O line, and a head coach.
I'll definitely take Julio Jones in this
That's a
spot.
good pick. Good pick. Good pick. Is number one receiver number two?
It doesn't matter.
Well, you gotta pick him, man. You gotta pick your number
I'm
one,
gonna
number
have
two.
two number ones anyway, so it
All
doesn't
right,
matter.
well,
Put him
put him
wherever
as
you
your
want.
number one then.
I'm gonna have
Julio is
two
your number
number
one.
ones.
All right, well, whatever. Here's my pick. Who am I going with? Who am I going with? Oh, you've got to be kidding me! What is this garbage? Steve Smith. Steve Smith.
Yeah,
Middle receiver.
obviously. What do you mean garbage?
That's pretty garbage. This is come on. I can get so many better teams here. This is not working out for me. But you get the Chicago Bears, sir. You have receiver, O line, and coach. Where are you going? Receiver, O line, coach, man. Who you got? Who you got for the Bears? That's a pretty tough one.
No, it's not. Their head coach for the 70s and 80s. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, that's the problem. I couldn't remember mine either. You can't get no help from me either, so you're on your own, buddy.
Ah, man, receiver.
I'm worried though. I got
O-line,
quarterback O line left. This is not looking good for me.
I'll take Devin Hester for a receiver.
Ooh, Devin Hester. Okay, speedster.
Yeah, either that or Brandon Marshall, one of the two. But I'll take Devin Hester because he's a multi-tool guy.
Speedster. I like it. I respect it. I respect it. We're rolling on here. Give me
Brandon
something good. Give me something good. Oh my gosh. We're just gonna do this right here. The GOAT is on my team, baby. Let's go. Tom Brady, my quarterback. Donnie Mac, you have the 49ers, and you just used your receiver spot, man. That's got to hurt. But you got O-line and coach. Where are you going with the 49ers? Pretty good either way, honestly. You're pretty good either way.
Yeah, where do I want to go? I got the coach and O-line.
Yeah. O-line or coach, baby?
Shanahan. I'll take Shanahan.
You take Shanahan as coach? Okay. Yep. You know we're both stuck now with our O-lines. So who am I kidding as my O-line for this team? Give me something good. You got to be kidding me. I don't care. I'm taking it. You know what? The Dolphins kept Tua upright all year long, and now they're blocking for the GOAT, Tom Brady. I'm getting my Dolphins right here, baby. I love it. That is like the most fitting spin I've ever seen in my life.
You know, Marshentime, it's the first time in your life in the last
fitting thing I've ever done.
That you agreed that they kept Tua upright.
They kept Tua upright all year long.
I'm proud of you.
Mac,
he led the league of passing, Marshentime. He led the league of passing.
The Rams O-line.
I'll take that in 2001. Yeah, I'll take
no. You get them from this year, buddy.
I get them from 2001. That's what I get them.
No. Not how that works, buddy. Dude, you want to pick him when Kurt Warner was there. Listen, it's a pretty good even match, man. I'm going to be honest. You know, it's going to be an interesting match.
That's the offensive line from the best era. It's not from this year. We're taking everything from the best.
Well, then I'm going like the 72 Dolphins O-line.
Okay, you might as well. I mean, it doesn't make any sense not to. So.
Donnie Mac, with these teams, man, I mean, how do you break this down? I mean, this is kind of a crazy thing, man.
Drew Brees, Tom Brady. Man. Oh, my God.
I mean, then we got Barry Sanders, Darren Sproles. I mean, I think I won that one.
These guys are they are shifty all in their own aspect, dude.
I'm telling
They're
you,
shifty
dude.
all in their own aspect.
I'm just saying, I think I won the running back one and the quarterback one. So that's, I'm taking that right there.
Well, anybody that got Tom Brady was going to win that quarterback one, but Drew Brees set many records way before Tom Brady ever thought about it.
I agree.
You know what? I'm comfortable with that. Drew Brees made a lot of people over there.
And honestly, you got Julio Jones. I have Odell. You have Devin Hester. I have Steve Smith. So we both have two good receivers. Not the greatest, not greats, not top 5 of all time, but
you know what? Devin Hester was probably a bad choice. I probably should have gone with Brandon Marshall there for a receiver.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Devin Hester on kickoff and special teams. You know what I mean?
But you know what? You think about it. You got your big guy. You got your guy who go up and get the ball like I did. I got Odell. You got Julio. And then you got this little speedster, man. I mean, that's what you got.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it's not a bad choice. It's not a bad pick. I respect it. And you got Kyle Shanahan. making this all happen. So that's pretty good for you, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. That's pretty good.
not too bad. That's
You know
not
what I
too
mean?
bad.
But you
Too
definitely
bad.
got the tight end spot because I got Mercedes Lewis. You got Antonio Gates.
Yeah, I
You know
had
what
to
I
get
mean?
him.
And I feel like you got the defense. Honestly, you got White and Reed. I think you got me on that one. I think you got me.
That was pretty big right
But
there. Reggie White and Ed
to
Reed.
be fair, I have Tom Coughlin as one of the best defensive head coaches of
You
all
do.
time,
Yes, sir,
with
you do.
Myles Garrett and Darrell Revis.
I got the
That's
offensive
pretty
guy
good.
with my speedy guys, my scat back and Darren
So, but
Sproles
what
and,
we've
and
talked about
Hester. I
is
got the speedy
defense
guy.
wins championships. I
Where
got the
did I
defensive
start,
head
Marshall
coach.
time?
I'm just
Where did I
saying.
start? Where did I start?
You
Defensive
did.
personnel.
You did.
Defensive. You got the coach. I got the personnel. Who is going to win this?
That's a tough
Really?
matchup, man. I mean, listen, we'll
Like
let
it
everybody
is.
else decide. We'll put a poll up. We'll let everybody see
Guys,
who
we
they
need you
think
to jump
wins.
on and vote. Who won this draft right here?
We'll put a
Marshentime,
poll up, man. Because
Donnie
it's gonna be
Mac.
me. So but it's okay. It's okay.
That's by your own vote, though.
I mean, pretty
Because
much. But
everybody knows defense wins championships. I got the defense, Marshentime. I need you to calm down right now.
I'm always right, though, man. So that's all I'm saying.
He said I'm always right. But you're on a great losing streak here, Marshentime. But
I have the goat, man. It's all I'm saying. I have the goat of all time.
Last question on Marshentime Jeopardy. You did nail right. You did miss one
I
of them,
did.
but you nailed it right. Okay.
I always usually do. I know what you're
Now
talking about.
back to Marshentime Jeopardy. Here we go,
All right.
You want the NCAA championship, Super Bowl. You want the World Series.
Man.
You want the Stanley Cup. Or do you want the NBA Finals? And where are you going to pick them? Now, keep in mind, Marshentime,
All right. Keep it in mind.
only the Stanley Cup Finals has got any kind of Marshentime daily doubles. All right?
All right.
Only.
Well, you know what? We're going to start right off the bat, and we're going to go with an NCAA championship because I think this is going to be kind of fun. I feel like we're going to go with an NCAA championship. We're going to go with 200, man. I'm feeling lucky. I'm
200?
feeling solid about it. Let's go with the 200 question, and I'm feeling like I'm going to answer this and put it right, and keep it always going. Like I'm feeling it. Let's go. Hit me with it. Hit
Now,
me.
there's
Come on.
2 answers to this one, Marshentime.
2 answers. Okay.
2 answers.
Okay,
We're going to have a running back and a wide receiver answer here.
Ooh, okay.
For the most yards by a running back or a wide receiver in a football men's national championship game. In one single game. Name the receiver or the yards. Name the running back or the yards. And you, son,
Man,
you have won this challenge.
You put a really tough question right off the bat there, man. That's a $200 question, sir. I feel like that is a really tough question, but that's
Now,
really a good question. So
we're
we're talking all time.
I'm going to throw out one hint here.
Okay.
Both of them has happened since 2020.
Really?
Not necessarily in 2020,
Huh.
but since that day. So in the last 4 years,
2020.
There you go, Marshall.
Let's go back to thinking about here.
down.
That really surprises me with a running back.
There you go, Pop.
Because it really hasn't been crazy. I mean, Blake Corum had a really good year last year. I don't think he broke any records that I know of.
No, I'm sorry. 2015. I'm sorry. My
oh, wow. That's a big jump back there, buddy. That's
14 years. My bad.
You just threw me way off. All right. Now we're going back 10 years instead of 5 years. All right.
20,
we're going back 10
2015.
years. Okay. Well, oh, man.
My writing sucks. And, we're back on that. If you guys remember, my writing sucks.
Yeah,
so
yeah. He's had some interesting questions where I couldn't figure out because I didn't understand the question.
This is
read the question completely wrong.
Since 2015.
Man.
Running back. And if you would like, I will give you the yards for each one of them. For you to guess each one of the receivers or running backs.
I don't think that's going to help me. It's got to be somebody that's.
Do you want some teams? I will give you a team. One
Give
team.
me a team. Give me a team.
And those 2 national championships, I'll give you one team for one of those 2 players, running
Hit
back
me with
or
it.
wide
Hit me with it.
receiver.
Hit me. Hit me with a team.
I'm going to hit you with the team, but I'm going to hit you with an easy one. I'm not going to give you the hard one. I'm going to give you the easy one.
All right.
The
Hit me
Ohio
with
State Buckeyes.
it. Ohio State Buckeyes. Man, was that a running back? I feel like that was a running
Was
back.
it? Was it?
Because you guys have never really had a huge receiving team.
You don't forget about Marvin Harrison and Terrell Pryor. Don't forget about these guys.
But they
I
never
need
made
you
it to
to
the
calm.
championship game. We're
I
talking
need you to calm
championship
down.
game
I need
here.
you to calm down.
We're
I
talking
need you to calm down.
championship game here, sir. And we're talking that, I mean, man, but from 15, Ohio State hasn't been in the championship game for a couple of years. But man, who was their running back then?
He's still in the NFL today. I know you're on top of it.
He's
still
on the
the running
NFL
back.
today.
He's in the NFL today. He's still on top of it. Not very good.
I was feeling Ezekiel Elliott, but I'm not
Well,
100% confident
still
on
in the
that.
NFL today. Come on, Marshentime. You can conjure up something. Give me a wide receiver. The other team is LSU. There you go, Marshentime. The other team is LSU. You
LSU.
think you think you've narrowed down one of the positions? The other position is in LSU. Then how
Yeah, I
about
mean,
that?
well, LSU has been the passing team. And that one's probably Jamar Chase. Because I remember him having a huge game in that championship game. So I'd go Jamar Chase in the LSU one. And I'm going Ezekiel Elliott with the Ohio State Buckeyes.
You nailed them both, Marshentime. Way to go, brother. You nailed them both. I got you right down there. It took some conjuring, Marshentime,
I
but you
was
got
thinking
the one
Elliott the
spot
whole
in
time when you said Ohio State, but I'm like, I felt like he came in earlier than that. Is he only that?
there. Yeah,
He's only been in the league for that long. I thought he's been in the league longer. It kind of shocks me,
2015.
honestly.
2015 was his national
Never,
championship year with
never. I thought he was a
good
lot. I
old
thought he was
12
older than
gauge.
that.
You remember him, right? 12
Yeah,
gauge. They
yeah.
called him 12
I
gauge.
thought he was
They went
older
through
than that. I mean, I really did. You
third
had me
starting
stumped on that
quarterback
one.
in that national championship. Ezekiel Elliott, he was the bell cow. Can you guess how many yards each one of them had, Marshentime?
I
Just
feel
give me a
like
guess,
Jamar had
okay?
like a 160.
Okay. What did Zeke have?
I feel like Ezekiel had like a 140. I think it was 140 or something like that.
And we are talking about records in national championship games. Jamar
Just the
Chase,
games, right? Just the championship game.
just
So
one
yeah.
championship game. We're talking
So,
about Jamar Chase had 221 yards.
okay. All right. Well, Jamar Chase is pretty good. So
Ezekiel Elliott had 246 yards.
wow,
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal games,
wow.
and they set records, both of them. So,
Yeah. I mean,
and I
that's
got ties to both of them. That's why they're number
yeah,
200
yeah.
on
I
my
know
list.
that's kind. I mean, that's when you said
You
LSU, I'm
know
like, oh,
it,
it's got to be
buddy.
Jamar Chase.
You
As he
know
threw
it,
in another
buddy.
Cincinnati Bengal, I knew
Well,
what you were doing with
Joe
that one.
Burrow's over there too, but he's a quarterback, so I knew you would put two and two together. So, Marshall, you did pretty darn good, man. I can't knock you. You did pretty darn good at Marshall Time Jeopardy tonight. Jamar Chase, Ezekiel Elliott, 246, 221. Don't forget
That's
that.
impressive, man. I'll be honest.
2015, 2020 is when Jamar Chase did that.
Okay,
So.
okay. I respect. I like it. That's good. That was a good question, buddy. I'll give you that one. And I don't like our viewers, especially Otto. I know Otto voted you no matter what. Otto was going to vote you no matter what. Because Otto's always going to do that. So, Otto, I don't take your vote, so I don't trust your vote, so we're not counting it. I'm just calling that right now because we're not counting your vote. Otto's going to vote you no matter what, but it's okay. I still like Otto, so he's a good guy. But listen, man, while we're here, we're talking football. We're talking. You just asked me a question on that one. Let's jump NCAA right now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Who do you feel is going to have that year? There's 12 teams this year, man. 12 teams. Give me an outsider that nobody thinks is going to make it to the college football playoff that you say is going to make it to the college football playoffs.
And that's a tough one, Marshentime.
And
Right
one
now,
team is automatically eliminated. Give me one team automatically right now.
one team is automatically
One team
eliminated.
automatically eliminated. Who you picking?
That's a tough one right there. I'm going to say Michigan. Michigan's
Michigan.
eliminated. Yep. Michigan,
I'm picking
they're going to
Iowa.
be
Iowa's
eliminated.
eliminated right now. Just calling it.
I think it's going to be Michigan. Ohio State's going to beat them. But here's a surprise team, and they lost their quarterback. They're a new team to the Big Ten, and I'm going to stick in the Big Ten. I'm going to say Oregon. Oregon's going to surprise
Oregon.
a
Okay.
lot of people this year. They are going to
Wow.
surprise a lot
Wow.
of people.
Okay. That's not a bad pick, I feel like. I think
Way to
Oregon
go,
could make a
Ollie.
big run.
I like
So,
it, brother. I like it, brother.
no.
Stay tuned, man. Got more Michigan hate on the way.
Listen, I can't hate on Michigan too much. My best friend is a Michigan fan, and I love her very much, so I will not hate on Michigan too much. Because if I do, I'm going to get yelled at, so I can't do that. But Michigan is going to have a rebuilding year. I'm sorry.
They are.
I don't see them making it.
They're
we'll
out.
see what happens.
Losing a coach like Jim Harbaugh and a
Yeah.
quarterback and McCarthy.
And the running back and everything.
And
They
running
lost their whole
back,
team. You
They
got to give
pretty
them
much
give
did.
them a break.
Michigan, they're going to compete because they got a little bit of recruit going on, but they're out, man. They're going to be close, but they're going to be out.
Yeah, I mean that's I don't want to be mean.
I see Penn State running them over, man. I really do.
Oh, let's see. Hey, man, David's asking us who do we see have a better fit though? Derrick Henry, Jacobs, or Cousins?
Ooh, man, I think Jacobs. You called that, man. Jacobs.
I did
I
call
think
Jacobs.
Kirk
I like
Cousins.
Jacobs as being a good fit.
I think Kirk Cousins is a one and done, David. I really do. I
I
think
don't
he's a
think
one
that.
and
I
done.
really don't think that.
I
No,
think
no,
he's
no.
a
I'm
one
not
and
going that
done.
far.
I
I'm
really
not going
do.
that far.
I think he's a one and
I
done,
don't think he's
man.
going
I
to have a
don't.
tremendous year,
He's
but I think he'll have a
43
decent year.
years old, man.
He's
This
not
guy,
43 years old. Get out
he's
of
like
here.
he's like
Put some
90, man.
put some respect on the guy's name, man. I mean, come on. He was on a Minnesota team that never wanted to do too much, and it just seemed to
He did.
happen.
You don't say that, Marshentime. I mean, he was on a Minnesota team that wanted to throw the ball 50 times a game. You and I were both a part of that
I
last
agree
year,
with
so
that.
I don't want to hear that.
I
They
agree
gave
with
him
that.
every opportunity to prove what he could do. Yeah, he did good. He did really,
Yeah.
really good. But that wasn't winning football games for the Minnesota Vikings. Let's be real.
Listen, I mean, if we're gonna break this down, though, I mean, Jacobs is a good one, and Henry's a good fit to me. Both of those guys are good fits to where they're going.
They had a rushing team
So,
last year. I'm
oh
going to
my
stick
God,
with
we're
that.
saying the best fit though, Donnie Mac.
They did.
Don't start with me.
Josh Jacobs.
If
Love
you're talking
that kind of
best fit,
quarterback.
you're
What he's
taking a
proved.
great running
Jacobs.
back.
Jacobs.
You're taking a great running back
Jacobs.
and putting him
Jacobs.
into a rushing focused
Josh
team.
Jacobs. Josh Jacobs.
So Derrick Henry's a very good one too.
They had
I'm not
that
saying.
last.
Oh my
They
God.
had that.
That
They
doesn't mean
screwed
he's
it
not a
up.
good fit. He's
The
saying the
coaching.
best
The
fit.
coaching.
He is saying the best
The
fit.
coaching
Sir, you are
took the football
this guy.
and did
This
like
guy.
a monkey.
You see what I have to deal with, people? This is what I deal with all the time. And God, I hate this guy sometimes. Sometimes I want to throw something at him, and I can't because it's through a computer. He's lucky that he's not here right now, or I'd be throwing shit at him. But it's okay, because listen, I'm telling you right now, Derrick Henry's going to have a good year because he fits in well with that offense.
Will.
He takes.
That's
what I'm saying, though. He has a good fit.
Take that away from me. Best fit, Josh Jacobs in that team right there. They beat the Cowboys. They won a playoff game. Look, Green Bay, best fit. That is the best fit is Josh Jacobs. And everything we're talking about, I agree. Derrick Henry's going to do him. You know what I mean? He's going to do him. And you know what? He might be on the verge of 1,000 yards if he doesn't get hurt.
I mean, it's not a bad choice. While I'm looking at, that, but, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to talk too much NFL. We still got NFL coming up. We still have to do our preseason picks.
We love some NFL now. Everybody loves
of course,
NFL.
always, But going back to the NCAA, I'm picking my surprise team. And this is going to be a little bit of a shocker. I mean, I'm going off kilter here. Most people don't see a team.
Okay, try us. Try us.
I'm saying Clemson makes a jump back. Clemson is going to come back, and they're going to actually win the ACC this year and take it from Florida State in the ACC championship game. I feel like Clemson's going to make a huge jump back. They made a lot of recruiting on the defense. Their defense is
Even
going
with
to be
Travis
that
coming back?
defense in a couple of years. With Travis coming back, what are you talking about?
Is he coming back?
For who? Florida State?
Yeah.
No, he got drafted by the Jets. What are you talking about?
Did he? I
Yeah,
thought he was coming back for this
no,
final.
Jordan Travis got drafted, man. But no, the
No
Clemson
shit.
Clemson is going to make a huge jump this year, and Clemson's going to be an interesting team. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But that's my
Okay,
surprise
first
team.
team out.
First team out.
Marshentime, you knocked our
You
Michigan
know,
pick. You know,
David
and I
Altman is
always
here, so I got to pick the Florida
David.
Gators, man. I'm sorry, Gators. You guys are done. They have the toughest schedule possible. Their last 5 games are automatic losses. Like, it's just like wham. Like, you guys are just out. Like, there's just no
Marshentime,
chance.
that's
There's no
messed
chance
up,
to pray
man.
right
That's
now. I mean,
messed
there's
up.
just no
They
chance,
might,
man. I'm
they,
sorry.
hey, they might even not even have a shot to be in. So how could they be the first team out?
I mean, that's just how it is. Listen, with those last 5 games,
I'm
they're gonna
sorry,
go from
David.
like
I'm
they're
very
gonna go
sorry.
from a very good record to like below 500. What you got? What you got, David? Oh, you got the question up there. Question of this year in the 12-team playoff. Does strength of schedule matter in your eyes?
Yes.
That's not, yeah. I
Yes.
mean, well, listen,
100%,
listen.
David.
The strength of schedule though matters to me, but sometimes the strength of schedule is skewed, and it's very skewed because some teams will say that oh, this team had a good record. I don't care if they had a good record. They're not a good team. Right now, they're putting Colorado in the top 20 in NCAA. If you put Colorado on your team, it's going to be a good schedule for some reason. And it doesn't make any sense. Just because, people say they're good doesn't mean they're a good team. And that's how I feel like strength of schedule is sometimes skewed by, computers and all that garbage. I'm going game by game, team by team, and I want to see how teams fare against tougher questions. I mean, yeah, that's 100% true, but if I'm taking an 8-2 team over a 5-5 team, no, I'm not going to do that still if the strength of schedule. Just because you had a tougher schedule, you still got to win those games. You still have to show to
the
win
deal.
games.
Let me support the fact on the tougher schedule because this year, I mean, it gets a little bit different with the whole division change,
Yeah.
SEC, Big 12, or Big 10, you know what I mean? Big 12 disintegrating, absolutely, and the Pac 10 gone, absolutely. Schedule of strength, yes, David, it does matter, 100%. As if what Cody's saying though, when you got coming against Abilene Christian or something like that, yeah, that's kind of that's money broadcasting, but no, it's not going to be that way this year, Marshentime. It's not going to be that way. Schedule of strength is actually what it's going to be this year. Money is everywhere on the board in NCAA. Portals open. Everything is wide open in NCAA this year. It is exactly what we're going to see, and that is schedule of strength. I think it's going to weigh a lot more on that 12-team playoff this year than a lot of people think. I really do. That's
Well,
just my
listen, man.
opinion.
Like I said, you have to take it with a grain of salt. That's how I have to take this. And his follow-up question: if someone goes 9-3 with the Gator schedule, or you go Missouri with 10-2 with an easy schedule, here's the problem. I have to look into the schedule though. Did the Gators get blown out? Did Missouri get blown out? Did they win close games? Did they lose close games? How does that factor in? I mean, because if you get
Exactly.
blown out with a tougher schedule, but if you lose close, it's a toss-up thing. Because if Missouri loses 2 games, but they lose close, and the Gators lose 3 games, but they lose blowout, but a tougher schedule, I'm still picking Missouri. I mean, that's just how it is. You got to take it with a grain of salt. The strength of schedule doesn't always mean anything. I got to look at individual games and individual teams and how they perform in every game possible.
Well, I can see what he's saying right there. Number one, if the Gators go 9-3 with that schedule they've got right there, they're making the playoffs. I can guarantee that right now.
But it
So,
depends, man. No, I'm not agreeing with that. I'm not agreeing with that at all.
all
Because if
BS
they get
aside,
blown
right
out by
now,
the 3 teams and they barely beat the other teams, I'm not putting them in over a 10-2
their
team
last 5
who
games,
blew everybody out.
in their schedule of strength is the last 5 teams in the top 5 of last year's,
It's not the
NCAA
top. It's
ranking.
not the last 5, but it's pretty
I
close to the
mean,
top
I'm
5.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's
two
pretty.
out of the
If
top.
not, it's the
Two of
last
them were in the
8.
top 5. Two of them were in the
If
top
it
5.
if it's not, it's the last 8. So the schedule strength, yeah, on that aspect, yeah, I can see that coming in very, very vital to the ending result. I really can, Marshentime.
Oh, I mean, I can too. And like I said, though, if they lose those games close, 100%. But if they get blown out in their losses and barely win their games, while the other team is just blowing everybody out and they lose close, no, I'm not counting that as a difference, man. Because I still, like I said, strength of schedule matters, but your wins and losses matter the most. I mean, you still have to look into those. But if
Oh
you're
yeah,
barely pulling by, you're barely winning games like that Auburn team from a few years, back in like the 13-14 season when they were barely winning games, they were like a team of destiny. It's completely different. They barely were winning games, but if they lose one game and the Gators lose 2 games and they're barely losing, I'm picking the
that was
Gators over
Cam
them
Newton
if the Gators are
season
blowing
that
them
you're
out.
talking.
I think
Cam
it was a
Newton was
Cam
the
Newton season.
quarterback
I
of
think it
that team.
was. I
Yeah,
think it
it
was.
was.
But
It
that's
was.
what
We
I'm saying.
remember that
It
Auburn,
depends
Alabama.
on what happens. It's tough to say on how much you can count strength of schedule in.
One thing we can count on though, Marshentime, and this will rest the bed that all any kind of plights, we do not have a 4-team playoff. Last year we watched one of the best teams, even though they lost their quarterback in FSU. And I'm not saying this to massage you, Marshentime,
No,
because
you
this
are,
is
but
the
it's
truth.
okay.
No, this is the truth. In FSU, when they lost
Uh,
their quarterback, they still had the same team, and they were 5-0 in the last 5 games that they played.
uh,
So, I mean, they kind of got butted out on that. In the 12-team playoff, they don't get butted out. They get a chance to show
no,
exactly what they can do, Martian time. That's what this is all about right here. And see, we're talking about 12-team playoff strength schedule. Throw all that out of the window. Let's take
100%.
that with a grain of salt because we no longer have a 14 playoff. We have a 12-team playoff. That is significant, Martian
I
time.
agree with this. I
That is
mean, I'm excited to
absolutely
see
awesome.
what happens because there will be the best teams will be in there. The top 10 teams are going to be your best teams no matter what. Are there going to be teams left out? Yes. But they're not going to be an undefeated Florida State going to be left out. They're not going to be left out ever again. That's never going to happen again.
David, I agree. Cam Newton is not on that team. They don't have a shot at a national championship. He don't win a Heisman.
Oh, 100%. That's 100% accurate. But, I agree with Otto for once. As long as Alabama loses, I don't care. I don't care who they lose. I just don't want
Yeah,
Alabama, and I'm sick and tired of
straight up,
Alabama.
straight
You
up.
know,
Hey, I can't agree with that even more.
and Reap, if you
I
ever
really
watch
can't.
this, haha, screw you. Is all I'm saying because I hate Alabama.
And David, I see what you're saying. Top 4 in conferences, big 4 conferences. That's it, man. They're in. They're in, and
Yeah.
everybody else behind them. We got a hell of a playoff coming this season,
Now,
guys.
here is
And
my question
there's
for you, really
no
fast
doubt
by
about
that top 4, the 4 conference winners. If the
it. Yep.
ACC does lose Florida State and Clemson, are they still considered a top 4 conference? You're losing 2 of your
Why
top
would
2
they
teams
lose
that
them?
have been forever.
First of all, that doesn't even seem right for, off the top of the head. That's not a money-making decision for those 2,
They're looking at it, man.
powerhouse
I'm telling you,
conferences.
they're sick and
It's
tired of how
it's
the
really
ACC's
not.
been treated.
It's
So
really not. And if it does happen, ACC would, yeah, it could disintegrate and they could
that's what
go
I'm
to a
wondering.
Power 3 conference. You know what I mean? Because nobody's going to stay in that division if there's no liking there, Martian time. If there's no
It's gonna be
credibility
tough,
there,
man.
there's no marketing there, there's no money there, nobody's going to stay in that division. But if FSU is in that division, people will be attracted to come to that division
Oh,
because
100%. I mean,
FSU will stay on top of they'll be in the top 25 again this year. That's
they
I
should be.
mean, they still
FSU and
have
Clemson
teams.
should be there. I'm telling you, man. I mean, those are the 2 ACC teams that you see. Them and Miami. Of
Yeah,
course, Miami has been falling off. I'm really hoping Miami makes a comeback because I miss. Listen, college football is at its greatest when Florida
I
State,
do.
Miami, and Florida are at the
I
top of
do
their
agree
game.
with you. I
When
do.
they're at the
Yep.
top of their game, college football is the best because you have, the Gator Seminole game, which is a huge rivalry, and the Hurricane Seminole game, which is a huge rivalry. The
Yes, sir.
Hurricane Seminole game is one of the biggest rivalries in football.
That's what we grew up on, Martian time.
It's one of
That's
the
what we
biggest
grew up on.
rivalries ever.
Yes,
Just
sir.
like Oklahoma, Texas, just like, Michigan, Ohio State. It's that
Yes, sir.
level of rivalry.
Yes,
but it
sir.
hasn't been last couple of years
Yes,
because
sir. And
Miami
you know
has
what?
not been that team.
And I will say this: you got to hold your tongues now and watch this season unplay because you got a lot of confidence. You got a Big 12s, Big 10 teams
Yeah.
coming over here, and they're getting an SEC. They're getting in the Big 10. There's a lot of new rivalries that are going to be started this year, and you watch it from these good
Mhm.
teams that are going to be playing back to back. There's going to be new rivalries created this year, and it's going to go forward. So, I mean, it could it's not even out of the realm of possibility, Martian time, that a new conference is started. Something called like the Power 10 conference, something like that. You know what I
The
mean?
Power 10. Yeah, I
It,
mean, you never know.
that's
I mean,
not out of
something
the
could.
realm of
Yeah, I mean,
possibility.
you never
We
know
are
what's gonna
living in
happen.
an age
You
of
never know.
money and innovation, and that's exactly what we're living in. And that is not out of the realm of possibility. So, as far as these conferences go, yeah, we'll watch the best ones, and the best teams will try to get in the best conferences, and that's what we'll start doing. We'll start watching the power conferences.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna watch them. There's
I
just so
am
many
too.
things that I think
College football, it's good.
college football has been missing. You know, what I mean, because if you name the top 5 rivalries in college football, who do you name?
Oklahoma, Texas.
Yep,
That's one of
I
good
agree.
ones. I would definitely say Ohio State, Michigan. That's
Yep,
a
I agree.
very good one. Auburn, Alabama. That's a
Yep,
good SEC
yep,
rivalry.
Iron.
You
Yep.
know, Brown Jug rivalry there. I would definitely say FSU in Florida.
Would you put
When you're
FSU
talking
Florida or
about
would you put FSU Miami if you could only pick one of them?
who FSU and
FSU
who.
Florida or Miami? Which one would you pick?
Either or, it depends. I mean, because Miami's gone through their power stages, you know, where they're
Yeah.
the team to beat. FSU's been the team to beat for a while. Florida's been the team to beat. So, like, going back to what you just said a couple minutes ago, Marshall Time, these teams are good. These are all rivalries. Everything's a
Oh,
rivalry
100%.
when teams are good. You know what I mean? When you're talking about Alabama, Auburn, Texas, all these people being good. Last year, we watched Texas and Alabama be a hell of a rivalry, but
That was a
it's
good matchup.
not. They were out of conference.
Yeah.
It was something
Not
that we
anymore, they're
led up
not.
to
They're in the conference
it.
now.
They are in the same conference now, so you know what I mean. This is something that's leading up to what we're talking about now. If you're good, it's a rivalry, man. Some of the biggest conference, like I said, rivalries. Those are three of the biggest ones I could really mention right off the top of my head, and it just kind of it doesn't get any different in my head when these teams collide. That's what I see.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing to say. And with Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC, it's going to be interesting. So I think
It
it's going to
is
be interesting to see. You know, Texas
very
has got a pretty easy schedule though for an SEC first year. So they gave Texas a little bit of a break. It seemed like they gave Florida the opposite, and they gave Texas the bottom.
What are you talking about?
It's just kind of interesting.
Oklahoma State. You can go on rivalries forever, Martian time in college
Oh yeah, I
football,
mean
man.
you can, but listen,
Colorado
when they
State. You're
show
talking about
videos of
Utah,
Miami and Florida State,
Iowa
especially,
State,
or
man.
Miami
You
and Florida, Miami and
yeah.
Florida, they used to be hated rivals. I mean, they got so bad that they actually had to cancel the rivalry
Oh
game
yeah. Oh
because
yeah.
Florida was getting oranges chucked at them at the Orange Bowl. I mean, that's pretty crazy. But
So
Florida State and
David said
Miami has always been one of the craziest, hard hitting games. The videos and everything that the hype videos that they watch, those are just madness. And I love watching them every year. It has been the last couple of years have been pretty bad. I mean, it hasn't been the matches that I want to see. I want to see the rivalry games that we know that we should happen. When you're an in-state rival, everybody knows everybody. Everybody wants to hit
yeah,
everybody. These
yeah.
guys
That's
know
the
each
biggest
other,
deal. Yes, sir.
and I love it. But that they need to be good. They need to bring back to a national stage. I'm sick of it.
Yes, sir.
I want both of us to be good. I want Florida State to come out on top, of course, because I still hate the Gators and I hate the Hurricanes, but I want them to be good. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I just want to see them good, and I want to see good rivalries. I want to see hard hitting football, and I want to see something that's not stupid and blowout games and rivalry games. Like the Texas Oklahoma game was a couple of years ago. Like it was like 60-3 or something. It's like I don't want to watch that. I can't watch those kind of rivalry games. I need college football back to its old
Yeah,
nitty gritty, pound the football, and I want fights breaking out. I don't
yes,
care.
sir.
Let's do it.
Like watching Barry Sanders, back in the day, backing up in Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just Reggie Bush back in USC, Carson Palmer. You know what I mean? Just the old style, football play. Yeah, I agree with you, Marshall. David said a little while ago. How do y'all feel about Texas and Oklahoma and how they will do in year number one with the SEC, Marshentime? Really, I want to know your thoughts on that, dude. How do you think Texas and Oklahoma is going to fare in the SEC in their first year around? Like Texas
Like I
did beat
said,
Alabama last year.
Texas has got an
We
easy
talked
schedule.
about
I'm not
that.
worried about Texas at all. Oklahoma,
Yeah.
is not the Oklahoma wasn't the strongest team last year.
You think
So
Evers is going to be good for Texas this year?
I think Texas will be just fine. I feel like Texas has a very good chance of making the college football playoff. Putting it right out there right now. They have a very easy
Right through the
schedule.
SEC.
They have an easy schedule, man, in the SEC. They really don't have a tough schedule. The SEC is not what it used to be. So let's not put them all in high mighty here. I'm saying that now. Just how I feel. Donnie Mac, what do you say, man?
Uh, I pretty
What do you
much
think?
agree with that 100%, Marshall. Time. It's hard to disagree with you on that when it comes to that aspect right there. Texas, Oklahoma coming. I think Texas is going to be fine. Oklahoma, they're going to have to find their footstep. They lost a few key players on the offensive line going to the NFL draft, but their secondary also, that's been a big deal for them. But again, Marshall time, I'm with you, dude. I think they'll find their footing. Oklahoma's going to make a footprint in this SEC. They're
I
going to
don't know if
smack
they're going to be
Texas in the
crazy as
mouth.
good as Texas does, but
Listen, and David said he said that these middle of the team packs going to the big stadiums, how they'd come in and punch them in the mouth. You know what I mean? That's what Oklahoma's going to do. Nobody's expecting Oklahoma to come in. They're going to lose. Watch, they're going to lose. Bam, they're going to get punched in the mouth. But at the end of the season, like Oklahoma does in the Big 12, they're a spread out offense and they could strike, quick, whatever. And the SEC, they got to grind out some games, right? We saw Texas grind out some games. In the SEC, they're
yeah,
going to have to grind it out just a little bit. And Oklahoma hasn't been very favored in their
you
history
know,
of doing so. But at the end of the season, they're going to shape up and they're going to start punching some people in the mouth at the end of the season. And in the SEC conference, that's going to be a big deal going into that playoff. I
you,
really
you
think
know,
so.
but the big stadiums to me, I'm sorry, it's not the SEC isn't all that much bigger. You know, they're not as top of the game as they used to be. I'm sorry, that's how it is. Um, and I don't see it as what it used to be. And I don't see the
Yeah.
conference, making that big of a difference. I really don't, man. I mean, yeah, they're loud, they're crazy, but if you look at some of the bigger stadiums,
Just some better teams. That's all.
Ohio State has a
Traveling.
great stadium. Michigan has a great stadium. You know, Florida has a great stadium. I will admit that, but so does
Let me
Florida
throw
State,
something in here
Clemson.
real quick, Marshall time. Traveling. That might be the biggest deal of them
But you know
all.
what? They're not really traveling that far. To be fair,
Well,
they're really not traveling that far.
a
They're
lot
not.
further than what they've been traveling.
But you got to think about that. Then guess what? The SEC has to come to them too. So I mean, it's not like it's that much difference. You know,
It's not. They got to go back and forth each year, but they still got to take those trips. And sometimes you're talking about young generational minds in this game of football. They're still young minds and they can be diverted on these trips. And that's one thing I've seen from a lot of these college football programs, man. It can be a distraction. Traveling can be a distraction.
I mean, listen, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I highly doubt it. I'm just saying. That's all I'm going to say. And Otto, I'm sorry, buddy, but Iowa is not. Nobody cares about Iowa. Iowa doesn't have a good rivalry game.
Oh, no,
Listen.
I care about Iowa. The Hawkeyes, and they
Oh
produce a lot
man,
of good running backs. And matter
those
of
are good
fact,
defensive
T.J.
players.
Watt
So
or J.J. Watt, yeah,
you know.
one of those two brothers come from Iowa. So
Well, I'm not. We're not doing no Iowa. Iowa's out of here. Come on now.
Minnesota's a
no,
good state. I've been to Minnesota. Was up in Bemidji, probably about 40 minutes away from the Canadian border.
yeah.
They're very passionate about those Minnesota Gophers up there. I'll tell you that.
No, I mean,
Very
don't get me
passionate.
wrong. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the SEC and how they fit in. I mean, is Oklahoma, Texas going to be a top school, or are they going to be kind of like the bottom school, like Vanderbilt? Or I mean, I see them kind of somewhere in the middle, maybe like a South Carolina, Auburn team. Texas, I see them being up a little bit higher. Maybe even into the LSU league right now. We're going to be interesting to see because I don't think Alabama is going to be all that good with the new coach coming in. I don't think he's going to be Nick Saban. But Nick Saban left because he couldn't handle the transfer portal. That's why he didn't like it. And I understand he doesn't like it because the transfer portal needs fixing. It really does.
And everybody, we're talking about college football now. And a legendary coach just passed away. And I have to say this real quick, Marshentime. Monty Kiffin just passed away a couple days ago. Monty Kiffin's been a legendary coach throughout the NFL and college for the last 3 or 4 decades. So
Yeah,
Monty Kiffin, absolutely rest in peace, man,
yeah. I mean, you are right about that. Great coach and a great player. So
and a great player.
he's a great
Yes,
player. So yeah, that's sad to say too. But coaches are something that I think matters a lot in college football now. I think you have to have a personality. You have to be able to understand how this new transfer portal is going to work. But honestly, they need to fix the transfer portal. That's how I feel about it. And we need,
I
maybe
don't
one
know
day
how much
we'll.
there is. I
There's a lot
agree
to
with you
fix.
there. I mean,
There's a lot to
there's
fix.
still
To me, you
there
should be able to transfer one time, period.
exactly.
One
Well,
time, unless something, if your coach leaves or something like that, I understand you leaving. That's
yep,
a different story.
yep. That's
But
exactly what I was going to say.
one
Thank you.
time, you get to leave. That's it. No other reason, unless your coach leaves, something happens where you sign on to this coach, then I understand you want him to leave. That's different.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
But you can't leave just because you're not starting. That annoys the
Exactly.
crap out of me. Quit, suck
One
it up,
hundred
go
percent.
play your team. You already accepted to be here. Go and play. Go show yourself you need to be a starter. Two, listen, if you sign a contract to get this money, you play for your team. You play it out, man. There's no reason. And listen, I understand if you're, 6-6, and you're going into the Cheez It Bowl, something stupid, and you're hurt. And if you have an injury, I understand that completely. But if you don't have an injury and every doctor says you are just fine, go and play the game for your team.
Yes, sir.
You're playing
Martian
there for
time.
a
I
reason.
agree.
You're getting this
I
money for
agree.
this NIL,
One hundred
deals.
percent.
And there needs to be a cap limit. There needs to be cap space. You can't be
Yeah.
paying all these guys, every single guy, these millions and millions of dollars.
I'll
That's not
say
fair to
this
me.
too, though, Martin time. I'll say this though about the transfer portal. They've got a lot to iron out, right? Yeah, it just opened last year. A lot of people. I think it's a great thing for the players. As you said, you got to keep it a fine line, man. You can't just
Mm-hmm.
opt out because you're not starting, whatever. But here's the positive thing: you don't have teams like Alabama cuffing quarterbacks like Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts, as their backup, and you
Yeah,
don't have them because they're allowed to get out of town and go start their new resume. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
I
One
like
time though.
that. I like that. With with the exception, like you said, they got a lot to iron out in this transfer portal. I have no qualms against them getting NIL money, sign all the deals you want, whatever, but be committed and be held responsible
100%.
for what you're doing.
125% agree with you, Donnie Mac. I'm over it, man.
Yes.
I'm
Yep.
sick of watching people just, the guy. I know Otto can probably say this, but because I don't remember the guy's name. But the guy left Alabama to go to Iowa to get money, and then left Iowa and go right back to Alabama. That's
Yeah.
unacceptable, man.
Just go
It's
back.
unacceptable. You
No,
can't be
it's
doing
not.
that
It's
crap.
not.
You can't be doing that crap, and
It's
I
not
don't
all
like it.
fun and games. NCAA will put a stop to it because it's going to hinder them and what they've got going on. And ultimately, bottom line is money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's gonna hinder their money and their broadcasting deals, whatnot. NCAA just launched. NCAA 25. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, this has got. There's a lot going on right now in NCAA football, and they're going to get a lot better at that transfer portal. I do have faith in that. I do.
I mean, I kind of want to just play NCAA 25 or college football 25, just to see how the
College
transfer portal works in the game. I want to see how it works.
I can't wait to get
Uh,
on there, guys. As soon as that launch, I think it's like the 16th or the 17th of
That's
this
pretty
month,
soon. It's
man.
pretty soon.
As soon as that launches, guys, you
Listen, man,
guys
I'm
got
literally
to
going to
get
go
on
buy a
to
console
play
just
with
so I
us,
can play
man.
this game. Like that's all I really want to do. I want to go buy a console just so I can play this stupid game. That's where I'm at this point. I got to go buy a console. So
I can't wait, man. I really can't wait. I can't wait to get on there. Can't wait to take the Buckeyes straight to the national
yeah,
championship.
well, that's the only way
Marshentime.
they're making it. So
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll
yeah.
see. We've been hated on all our lives, so
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is what
you're
it
gonna keep getting hated on, buddy, because you're a Buckeye fan. That's just how it goes. What is a
is.
Buckeye
Hey,
anyway? I don't even know what a Buckeye is. Isn't it a nut?
they're a
Like
dangerous nut, and they will kill you.
they're a
Okay, don't forget
dangerous
that.
nut. Gotcha. Okay.
FSU. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Okay.
Well, at least I know
Let's do
what my
it.
team is. So.
Comparability. What? 9 championships to what? 4 championships? I
Oh
mean, let's
my
not
God!
let's
Here we
not start
go.
comparing.
Here we go
Let's
with
not.
people living in the past, like
Hey,
always.
I'm living
But
here,
it's
right in front of
okay.
you,
You old
right in
guys
front
want
of
to
you.
live
I
in the
got
past.
fingers. I got
Hey,
fingers.
man,
How
you can
many
live.
you got?
Listen.
How many you got?
Listen.
How many you got?
Okay, what you got, David? You let us know, buddy.
Spit it out,
Listen,
buddy.
man.
We're here for you, man. We're here for your entertainment tonight, guys.
As we are we're gonna be every Saturday night. We're gonna be back here. We're having some fun now. We're gonna enjoy this. But listen, we got Bassmasters coming up pretty soon too, so we'll have to look into those guys, and we'll have to do our Drain the Lake again. But we'll have to do our preseason picks, man. And when are we gonna do our preseason picks to let everybody know, man? We got to do our college football and our NFL preseason picks. We'll have to
But
let everybody know.
NCAA, Ollie, I will disagree. They do have a little bit to do with that football program in 25. I really will say that because a lot of the persona they foreset, or EA Sports has got to get approval from them to post
Everything
that.
now.
So
Yeah.
they have license agreements. So Ollie, I don't fully 100% agree with that, but I do kind of agree with that because it is kind of messed up. A lot of those ratings are messed up.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. Let's look at Colorado being a top 20 defense, who literally
Yeah,
was 117th
exactly.
ranked scoring defense last year. How do
Exactly.
you put anybody? It doesn't make any sense. I'm over it, man. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree
Colorado is
with that.
not good. You can't even put
There's
Shador Sanders as a top 5 quarterback. I don't even know
no,
how they have
no,
him as a top 5
no,
quarterback.
sir. No, sir. No, sir. There's one player on Colorado worth mentioning, and that's the only two-way player over there. He
Travis
will
Hunter.
be in the NFL. Travis Hunter is he's a baller.
He's a
This
beast. He's a
fucking guy
beast.
is a
He's a good
baller.
player.
He's the only
100%.
guy to mention in Colorado besides the head coach,
Listen,
which needs to get his ass out of town.
Shador Sanders is not a bad quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but he's not a top
He's the worst
5
on protection.
quarterback. He's not a top 5.
He's the worst. He was sacked the second to last most quarterback in the NCAA last year. He was
100%.
sacked
100%.
almost
I
the
agree.
most, dude.
I agree. And I'm
It
not
was
saying,
horrible.
but he's still he's got a decent arm. He's got decent accuracy.
He didn't have an offensive line. We get that,
But I'm not putting him in
line.
top 5 quarterback, and I'm
I'm
not
not.
rating him 90 on
No.
NCAA. You got to be out of your mind for this shit. Like,
Give
I
me
don't
a
know
true
who you're
rating
getting your
for
ratings
Shador
from.
Sanders, Marshentime. Give me a true rating for right now for Shador Sanders. If you were playing a game, where should he be rated right now overall for you?
80.
80. I'd put him
80.
at 83. So we were pretty close. I was thinking 83. You're thinking 80. And
Yeah.
you know what?
I was
We're
thinking
pretty
80,
much the same
81.
wheel.
I was feeling 81, but I want 80 just because, I like 80. 80 sounds a little, I like even
Yeah,
numbers.
he
So
does have an arm. He does have an arm.
he does
He's
have an
got a
arm.
lot of learning to do. I mean, he played a good schedule. He played a brutal schedule, actually. I will say that. He played a brutal schedule. But
Kind
he
of.
had a couple 500 yards passing games, but that does not tell the
Yeah,
whole
against teams
story.
with no defenses.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Like
that's what I'm saying. I mean, let's see. So he wants us to make a top 12 NCAA. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna do that. We always
We're
do
going
that.
to
We
do
doing
that.
it for NFL. We're doing it for NCAA. We'll do it the same
Yep.
night. We'll probably do it. I don't know about next weekend, but the weekend after. We'll probably do it in a couple weekends. Because next weekend, man, we got Major League Baseball All Star. We got all
Yeah,
the
you're
stuff to
gonna get
talk
what you
about
want,
stuff.
David.
So
You're gonna get what you want, man. We're gonna unload on that. We'll spend
100%.
probably 30 or 40 minutes
And we'll
talking
have our
about this.
own two different ones. In
Yes, sir.
football and in college, we'll have two different ones, and we did it pretty well. I think who did better in the football this year? I don't remember who did better. I think you did because my team that won the Super Bowl didn't even make it. But
I don't
I
know.
had the
I don't know.
NFC. I know I had the NFC a lot better than you did.
But
So
you took the Bengals for the AFC. I
I
took the
did. I took
Dolphins
the
for the
Bengals,
NFC.
which it's
But
not
you
really
took the
fair
Bengals.
because my team
Hold
kind
on.
of got
Hold
Joe
on.
Burrow
You
got hurt
took
right
the
off the bat.
Bengals to beat Kansas City to make
I
it, and
did.
I took the Dolphins to beat Kansas City to
Yeah,
make it. So we kind of fell short there. I actually took the Eagles to
you
go to the
did.
Super
I forgot
Bowl.
you did take the Eagles.
I took and you took
Yeah,
San Francisco. So
I did
I
take
think
San
you
Fran.
were kind of a
Yeah.
little bit closer to me, and you took the Lions to go as deep as they did. So,
Yeah, I took the Lions to lose in the championship game to the 49ers.
because if you
So
remember right, I took Seattle and Pete Carroll to
yeah,
run
to
themselves
win that
into the
division, to win
yeah
the
to win.
division, and I was very upset about
Yeah.
that. I'm still upset about that actually.
I think you won that one, Marshentime. I think you
All
got
right,
that one, buddy. Hey, if you guys did not hear that, go back on Spotify,
yeah, you
863
can
Sports
welcome
Buzz,
listen
and you
to
can
it. Yeah.
catch that. It's live
Mm-hmm.
on Spotify right now. You can go back and listen to our first couple of episodes for our preseason predictions,
Yep.
guys. So go back and check that out on Spotify.
Yeah, we'll do this one this year, of course, and we'll
Yep.
see who does it all the best things. Yeah, David, you better be ready to put yours in, man, because I expect to see it. I mean, we always talk about it. I enjoy talking about sports and talking about
Yeah.
college football, and I want to see what's going to happen because in college football, you never know. There's always going to be that team that you don't expect to make it, and I'm always excited to see that team. And I'm always rooting for that crazy team to make it. Of course, I'm rooting for Florida State, but realistically, let's be honest. I feel like a 93 10-2 season is going to be a great season for Florida State this year. You're losing your top defenders. You're losing your quarterback. You're losing your top two receivers. You're bringing in DJ. I'm not even going to try to say his last name because I feel like I'm going to feel like an idiot if I try to say his name. Um, so you're bringing in DJ, who proved he did pretty well in Oregon State. Now he's coming back to Florida State, with Mike Norvell. He's a very good head coach. DJ may come out to be a great quarterback, but I got to see it in person. I don't see them going undefeated, and I see them losing a game probably to Clemson, is who I'm still think is going to win the ACC. I'm picking Clemson to beat Florida State still, which that hurts to say. That really hurt. That hurt my heart.
You know, Marshentime. I can feel you hurt from this side over. But like Ollie was saying on YouTube there, I'm kind of keeping up with the message there. Ollie, yeah, they didn't put their NCAA logo on there, no, but NCAA is every team in the NCAA, and they're
Yeah,
supporting that. They're releasing their
they are.
uniforms. They're doing the whole 9 yards. They're
They
supporting
actually they
NCAA.
actually released Virginia. I think Virginia's uniform early. I think it was
Exactly.
Virginia Tech.
On
And
Wednesday,
Virginia was like,
rather
"Oh,
yeah, and Virginia was supposed to release it on
yeah,
Friday, which is
yeah,
yesterday. You're right, Marshall. Time, good call, brother. They actually released their uniforms a lot sooner than what Virginia wanted
yeah."
to. So
That was
I saw that
interesting.
on X too. I saw that. I was looking at that. That was pretty funny.
That
But
was that was
the,
interesting.
the Hokies uniforms are actually pretty cool. I liked them.
No, they are. They're very well.
I did. I liked them, and I liked them last year in the Veterans Bowl or whatever else they did.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah, and they have
Veterans Bowl or
decent
Military
jerseys at
Bowl?
least.
Yeah,
Who do
they
you
had
think
some
is going to
pretty.
have a down year that is highly rated, and who isn't? That'll surprise. Ooh, down year, Honey Mac. Who do you think is going to have a down year in the? I don't know who's going to have a down year this year in
Uh,
college football.
uh, One I'd be afraid of is going to be anywhere in New York Jets, man. Garrett Wilson, he's hyped. Everybody thinks. Aaron Rodgers is coming back this year. I went to the NFL. You might have just said college football, but
I mean, do both, man. I'm all for that. I'm all for it.
I'm
Let's-
thinking the NFL right now is a down year. There's a lot of hype going on, and second would probably be Aaron Rodgers. Man, New York is on the hot spot right now.
Man, you're saying that Jets are going to have a down year. I mean, yeah, they're
I'm
over
not saying that. I'm saying it's a possibility because
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers with his ailments and everything. I just don't think it's going to work out with every. It's a possibility. That's who I'm watching for a down year is Garrett Wilson. I'll give you another one now. I'll give you another one. It's my hometown squad. Joe Burrow. Everybody better watch this motherfucker. Everybody better watch
I
him.
hope he stays healthy, huh?
Yeah, everybody better watch it because even though he's healthy, he might not be in rhythm this year, and that's kind of shaky for me.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to go to college football. I know you win NFL, so I'll go college football. I'm feeling Alabama is going to have a down year. I don't think they're going to be as good as everybody thinks they're going to be with this coach stepping in. I don't think they're going to be all that great. You know, this coach was all about offense. He's coming into the SEC, which is all about defense. I don't see it transferring well. You know, teams from Oregon, Washington, all these high flying offenses, they go into these better coaches and these coaching jobs.
Oh yeah,
they think they're going to do well, and they don't because they're not used to it. I don't see point. Alabama's going to have a really tough year, I think. But another team that I think is going to have a tough year that everybody was saying, I think you, David, were saying they're going to be a surprise team, didn't you? Let me go scroll back up here.
Oregon?
No, I knew you said Oregon, but I didn't like Oregon. I'm gonna be honest, buddy. I guess not. Maybe I missed it, but I was thinking NC State, who came off having a really good year. NC State was supposed to be a great team, but NC State lost their quarterback, and I think that's going to be a struggle for them, man. I really do. I think they're going to be a struggle all year long, and I don't think NC State's going to be all that good. I think they're going to fall off very strong, and I think they're going to be hurting. And I want to see what happens, but I don't see them making a good run like some teams, and that's how I see about it in the NCAA. In the NFL, I agree with you in that one, but I'm going with the same team, another team in the AFC East, and Buffalo Bills. Everybody thinks the Buffalo Bills are still going to win the division.
No.
What's wrong with you?
It hasn't happened in the last 5 years. It hasn't happened in the last 5 years. It's not going to happen. Miami or the Jets, one of the two are winning that division, and it's not going to be Buffalo.
I'm sorry. Buffalo. No. You lost everybody on defense. You lost your top receiver. Your number one player was on your defensive side, and now he's gone. You lost your whole secondary. You only kept Von Miller for a crazy contract. You're out of your mind. My head hurts.
There's only one good thing coming out of Buffalo, Marshentime, and mark my word.
I know.
You already know. You already know. There's only one good thing in Buffalo this year, and you better take him on your fantasy boards.
We'll see how that happens. But another team
I'm gonna draft.
I think is going to take a step back. I'm going to the NFC, man, and I've already said it. I said the Philadelphia, Eagles. I think they're taking a step back. I really do. I know you don't think so, but I think they're going to take a step back. I think they're going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be a wild card team. I think they're going to make maybe the 6th or 7th seed. I don't see them winning the division. They're taking a step back, and they're going to lose their first game. That's how I feel about it. I know you disagree with it, but it's okay.
Hey, listen, David, I agree with you. McHale's pretty good for NC State, man, but they got a whole new offensive line scheme over there. McHale's kind of hard to agree with. McHale's a very, very good quarterback. Fundamentally sound coming out of high school, but he's going to take another year or two over there, dude. You're in the SEC, and you got a lot of new programs coming in there. They've got a lot to battle without an offensive line, man. Everything is new on that offensive line this year.
NC State's ACC, buddy.
So take it easy on NC State.
You said SEC. They're in the ACC, but it's okay.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
We talked about the SEC too much. I understand. Yeah. We talked about the SEC for a lot this today, so
My bad.
I can understand that one this time.
I was thinking about South Carolina there for a second. They're SEC, not North
Yeah,
Carolina.
South Carolina, is going to be a team that may make a
I just
step up too. So,
when I think about South Carolina, Marshentime, I think about Steve Spurrier, man. That's what I think about.
old Spurrier, yeah,
Old
him in Florida,
Spurrier.
man, him in Florida. So, I can see that. I can see
That's
that.
what I think about. Spurrier. When I think about South Carolina.
ACCIC being wide open. No, I don't know about that, man. I,
I kind of agree with that, man.
I
I
don't.
kind of agree, especially David. If Clemson does anything that Marshall Time says that they're going to do with North Carolina Tar Heels, Miami, FSU in there, yeah, it could be kind of interesting coming later on in the season. I do agree with that. I
We'll
do
have to
agree.
see, man. I don't know.
I
But
do agree,
you got Ohio State, Michigan. Who you saying's going to win that division? Who's winning that
man.
conference?
To
Does
be
Michigan
honest
take
with
it
you,
over
you know
from
what?
here, or does Ohio State win
No,
this?
no. Michigan
Okay,
might lose 2 games on this schedule right here, but they're going to lose one, and that's going to be the Ohio State Buckeyes.
okay,
Uh,
okay.
Ohio State, what they've got to fear now, they got to play Oregon. That's who I picked my dangerous team in the Big
You
Ten
did, you
was
did.
Oregon. You heard that.
Are you
Now
picking Oregon?
Ohio State better be careful. I got to take my Buckeyes anyway, but I do like Oregon to possibly win that game. I really
Okay.
do. I really do.
Everybody's so high in Oregon, man. I just
I I think they're just a good
you're
team. They
losing
just
your
lost a
quarterback. You're
quarterback.
losing your
That's it.
coach. I mean, how do you say this, man?
Quarterback is the most significant thing.
Ah,
Coach can be supplemented, and we've saw that time and time again.
offensive
It's all about
coordinator
the
gone and
program.
your quarterback gone, and you're thinking they're still going to win the. Ooh,
Well, the quarterback
man,
goes with the coordinator, man. I'm not saying they're going to
mm,
win. I'm
mm,
saying they're going to be a
mm,
very, very dangerous team in the Big Ten. I'm telling you
man.
that now.
Okay, okay. I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide, man. We'll let it slide. That's all I'm gonna say.
Buckeyes will beat them though, in like week
Okay,
8.
Buckeyes will win. Gotcha. That's all you gotta say. SEC champion. Who you taking?
Man, that's even a tougher one, man, right there. Because it's wide open. I'm gonna say Texas, man. I'm gonna take Texas.
Texas. Whoo,
I'm gonna
man, you
take.
going big out there. I'm going
I'm gonna take.
Georgia. I'm going Georgia once again. They bring in their quarterback back.
They're
They're
bringing
bringing their
back.
offensive line.
Yep,
They're bringing their
bringing
tight end
back.
back.
So Texas bringing
Georgia wins, buddy.
everybody back too.
Yeah,
Texas
I
bringing
agree.
everybody back too.
But guess what? Georgia lost one game last year, and it was to Alabama. I see Georgia making that run and taking that SEC championship game this year because I don't know if Texas. I don't know what conference or which side they're in. I got to look at that because I haven't actually seen the SEC shuffle. If they're with Georgia or they're on the other side, I'm not sure. Um, if Georgia and Texas play in the SEC championship game though, that's going to be kind of exciting. I would be enjoyed to watch that. And I don't like watching the SEC championship game, but that one I think I'd have to watch. I'm just saying.
I think Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin is in jeopardy of his job there,
That's another
David.
one that I'm sorry is
The
so
first
overrated, man. I cannot put
the
him.
first time that he
No.
loses the game Martian time, David, listen, you guys better listen. He's in jeopardy of losing his job midway through the season.
Wow. Okay. Okay. We'll have to see how that goes, man. That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know about that one, but he just had a great year. How are you going to say that, man? How are you going to say that? Come on. Lane Kiffin is going to lose his job. That's what you're saying.
I said he's in jeopardy. He's in jeopardy now.
Man.
He's in jeopardy. I'm in the middle of looking up the Longhorn schedule for this SEC tournament.
It's pretty
Okay, for
easy,
this
man. I'm just
season
saying.
coming up.
It's pretty
Eh, eh,
simple.
the one easy matchup I see them winning and rolling over is Michigan. That's the one I do see them winning and rolling over.
Rolling and roll. I like it. Okay.
The second one they've got Oklahoma's got to go to Texas. Now, right after Oklahoma, they got to play your team, Georgia Bulldogs,
Oh,
in
do they play
Georgia.
Georgia? Okay, that's interesting to know. Okay, that's good to know.
Yep. Yep, they play to Georgia. No, actually, Georgia goes to Texas. My bad.
Okay,
Then they go to Vanderbilt, and then after that,
that's not that.
Florida comes to Texas. The
That's not
Florida
that.
Gators come to Texas after that.
No, not
So
nothing fancy
they
yet.
they've got through the 12th. On the 28th, they play Mississippi State. We was just talking about Ole Miss. So uh,
Mississippi State's not Ole Miss, buddy.
Mississippi State, I know that, but they're a
Okay,
rivalry of
it is. It
Mississippi.
is okay.
So we were just talking about that. So and then they got to go A&M last
It was
very
horrible
last
last year.
game.
Yeah, not that good.
Yeah,
They have an easy schedule compared to some schedules, man.
they do.
For
They
their
do.
SEC schedule, I mean Georgia's gonna
But if they
that's gonna
beat
be an
Georgia,
interesting
let me
game.
ask you this: they beat Georgia, they rolled Georgia, they beat Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you considering them at?
I've already said
Number one in
Texas
the
should be a
SEC.
playoff conference. They should
Right?
make the playoffs.
I'm saying,
I really agree with
but
Texas should make it.
Georgia with Beck and their tight end, everybody coming. Well, actually, their tight end went off to the NFL, didn't he?
No,
Beck is the only one
one
to come
did.
back.
No, their tight end's coming back too. Their one tight end's coming back.
Yeah. So I mean
So
that could be very interesting down that stretch right there. You're talking about 7 games into the season at their
yeah,
prime, and they're
that'd be interesting.
pumping,
That's gonna be
man.
fun to watch.
It's going to be a good
Listen,
one.
I'm
It's gonna be
excited
a
to
good
see
one.
college football. Of course, you already know I'm excited because starting off, Florida State plays in Dublin. They play in
Yep.
Ireland, so we play week 0. I'm excited to see it. I'm ready for college football already. I just want football back. I just want to see some hitting, and I'm over it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm freaking ready, man. Because I mean, what do we have? All we have is baseball right now. The WNBA is slowing way down, but of course, we haven't even talked about that today. We haven't even talked about anything WNBA or MLB. It's kind of crazy,
Nothing.
but I guess we got to throw this in before we go tonight, huh? So, should we move on and go on to that kind of stuff before we forget about everything else?
I think you should do exactly what you desire to do, Martian time.
All right,
Take
let's
off,
let's
brother.
let's jump into WNBA really fast. We I think we've talked enough
Yes, sir.
about because we're gonna do our preseason picks, of course. So we'll have to dive in more into the college football champions and conference champions and our top 12 and our playoff picks and who wins the national championship. And I think it's going to be a surprising team. Listen, WNBA, Caitlin Clark is going off. She's making her debut. She's doing all this. Angel
Setting
Reese is,
records, man.
doing double doubles. But is Angel Reese's double doubles true double doubles? A lot of people are asking this. Have you seen these, Donnie Mac? Are they
I
double
have
doubles?
I
Are you considering these double doubles? What do
I've
you feel
seen
about
them,
this?
but
What do you feel about this topic?
one thing I really know about this topic here, Martian time, and I'm gonna rest this to bed real quick, okay?
Rest this to bed.
Is
Put this to bed. Put it to bed, Donnie
rookie
Mac,
of the
right here.
year debate. Let's talk about that. Rookie of the year debate. Okay, when it's all said and done, Caitlin Clark has just finished a triple double. Is that not better than a double double? Yes, sir, it is. It is the first by any rookie WNB player in
Yeah.
the league. Okay. The first ever. Now, not only that, she followed it up a week later, and she did not only that, she set another record. She went, what was it? 31 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. No, okay, it didn't stop here. Here's the record: 5 steals. Okay,
Yeah.
5 blocks. She did that.
Mm-hmm.
That's this girl, Caitlin Clark. That's who we're talking about. Okay. She's going to put all that to bed when the season's over. We can talk about the debate with the double doubles, Angel Reese, and everything, but when it's all said and done, this shit that the Caitlin Clark, CC, that we know her as from the Iowa Hawkeyes, is going to win that Rookie of the Year debate, and she's going to win it handedly because she's not done. She's beating teams that she has no business beating. She's knocking down shots that we haven't seen since Steph Curry stepped into the NBA. Okay. That is what's going on right now in the WNBA, and Caitlin Clark will put all that to rest when this season is over.
So that's I respect what you're saying. Of course, I agree with you 100% on Caitlin Clark because I love that girl. That girl has showed what the WNBA can be because of her
Yes, sir.
magnificent shooting. But what I'm saying is, people
100%.
now on Angel Reese's double double streak, they're calling her out because half of her rebounds are her own misses. They're
Well, I
calling her
mean,
out. What do you
that's
see
part of
as that?
basketball.
But do you
That's
see
part of
that? But
basketball.
here's the thing. A couple of nights ago, she was like 4 rebounds away, and people were saying that she's missing these shots on purpose to get these rebounds. What do you can you shut these people up and say that this is just out of your mind, or would you
Yeah,
agree
it
with
is.
them? Yeah,
She's a rookie. She's a
I
rookie.
agree. And
She's
some of
a
these
rookie.
shots, I
Her
mean, some of these layups
fundamentals,
she's missing aren't easy, great, crazy layups.
they're not. She's
You
got to
know,
deal with elbows, and these girls are crashing her just like they are Caitlin Clark. Okay, put that all that aside. Okay, she is the target. She's got a target on her back too. So these girls that are in the paint, Asia Wilson, when she sees Bayou Queen come through there, the Bayou Princess, whatever they call her. You know what? Asia Wilson's going to give her the business, and that's what she did last time she came through there. She gave her the business. So yeah, Angel Reese, she's trying to do the best she can with the ability she has. She has not been coached up, just like Caitlin Clark and the rest of the rookies in the WNBA. They've had a grueling schedule to start this deal,
they
man.
have.
She hasn't had the correct, her coach hasn't had time to spend with her boxing out under the paint, making a correct layup. Stop putting the ball on the floor before you put it on the backboard, okay? When you come down with the ball, you put it right back up. You
She
don't put it
does.
on the
Yeah,
floor.
she does
It's
do
a
that a
rookie
lot.
mistake. It,
Yeah,
it
I
is.
agree.
It is
I
a
agree
rookie
with you. I
mistake.
agree with you 100%.
We've all seen that. Her grab it off the board and try to put it on the floor. Somebody bat it, and she's got to get it again and put it back up. We saw that time and time again. And that's what's going on. She's a rookie, guys. She will get better. I remind you, Brittany Griner, the best center in the WNBA, did the same exact thing in her rookie year out of Baylor. When she come in out of Baylor, she was doing the same thing. She looked like she had no coordination. People were like, "Oh, she's just tall. That's all she is." No, no, no. No. Guess what? Brittany Griner is now one of the solidified best centers in WNBA, right
100%.
along Diana Taurasi. So
Yeah.
when they play the Mystics, guess who they're talking about? They're talking
Yeah.
about BG, Diana Taurasi, and these are two of the people that went through the same exact thing. Both of the two people that we're talking about, Marshentime. So
No,
go back, look at their rookie exemptions. You know what I mean? Look at what they were doing because Brittany Griner, I promise you, I watched it, and her rookie season, she was doing the same exact thing.
I respect the Donnie Mac. I agree with you on this one. Like, it's just come on. No one's gonna miss shots on purpose to get a rebound.
No,
Stop
they're
it.
not going to
Stop
do it.
complaining. She's
She's a
she's
winner.
making little mistakes. Yes, I mean, don't get me wrong. She shot 5 of 17, but that's
She
not
wants to
because
win.
give her a break. I mean, Caitlin Clark has
Yeah,
shot bad games. Everybody's shot bad games. Everybody has bad
sure.
games. Uh, Give her a couple of years. She'll be at that good spot in the center, down and low, and we'll see what happens. But again, I agree with you on the rookie of the year, no doubt. I'm not arguing with that one at all. Caitlin
No,
Clark is
without
deservedly the
question.
rookie of the year,
And she ain't done.
125%. Like
She
she is
is
just
not done,
she is
Marshall.
getting better by the game, and you can
And
see it.
better.
She's getting
Yes,
more
sir.
comfortable. She's getting her basketball IQ is huge. You see some of the passes she makes, it's insane.
Marshall
That's what I
time.
love about her
Her
game, and
shot,
people don't realize
her
it that
shot.
she can do it.
Oh my God.
She
Her
can do
shot is so
everything
pure.
now.
Off
It's
of a
so nice.
screen,
hundred
rolling,
percent,
it
man.
doesn't matter.
In
Logo
rhythm, that
three,
girl is one of the best shooters of
and
all time. She is
she's awesome.
fluent, just like Steph Curry, like you said in the NBA.
Exactly.
And I agree with that,
Exactly.
man. I would 100% agree with you. I don't know if anybody's new around here. It is hard for me to agree with Donnie Mac, and it's the same it's hard for him to agree with me normally. So if we ever say we would agree with each other, that means it's pretty accurate. That's how it is. It's simple as that. So, but anything else on WNBA you want to talk about? I know that they're going to take a break pretty
No,
soon for the
that's
Olympics.
about it right
Um,
there, man. I love watching Caitlin Clark, and I'll say this: Caitlin Clark being in the league, not Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark being in the league has changed everything, from
100%.
flights to venues to sold out tickets to kids wanting to go watch WNBA basketball. That's all I say right there. She is the Steph Curry. She is the changing of the game. She's going to change the face of this game, just like Steph Curry and the Splash Brothers did in Gold State.
Yeah.
That's what we're watching. Soak it in, guys, because this is history.
No, 100%. And jumping
Soak it
into
in.
baseball. All-Star break coming in, man. We're voting. Paul Skeens, the guy you love, is the National
Yes,
League
sir.
starting pitcher for the All-Star game, man. What do you think? You called this from a long time, from like his
I
second
did.
outing, that you said he was going to be a top All-Star pitcher.
I told
Listen,
you.
Donnie Mac,
I
buddy,
told you, boy.
I'm bowing down to you, man. If you guys ever want anything on
Yes,
betting baseball, this is the man to see, man. Donnie Mac is the guy. I'm telling you, man.
and
He's
I
the guy.
appreciate
He
that.
knows his thing.
I'm actually absolutely flabbergasted that you would say that, Marshentime, because I'm so happy to see this happen. This guy, if you do not watch this guy, just
He's
Justice
amazing to
Steele,
watch, man.
two guys. I'm going to say you need to watch Justice Steele for the Chicago, and they're in the both in the same division, in the
Yeah,
Central Division in the East.
yeah.
We're talk, we're talking about, or in the Central. I'm sorry, National League Central. We're talking about Justin Steele, Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens. To answer your question, dude, if I talk any more on this guy right here, I'm a boy fan. I'm a boy fan. And I can't be a boy fan, Marshentime. I can't be. But this guy is electric. When he puts
He
that
is.
baseball in his hand and they bring in Aroldis Chapman to shut it down in 9 innings after
Yeah.
the 8th inning, and this guy takes it all the way. Prime time baseball. This is what I grew up
My man
watching,
had
Marshentime.
11 Ks in 7
This guy
innings.
is good.
11
He is
Ks, no hits in 7 innings. That's insane,
well,
man. He's got a
I'll tell you this.
1.86 ERA in Major League
I'll tell
starting
you this.
games.
In the All-Star
Whew.
game, if he gets 2 innings, he fans 3. I'm telling you that now. He's
Wow.
going to fan 3.
Donnie Mac calling it 2 innings, 3 strike. If he goes 2 innings, you're calling 3 strikeouts.
I'm calling
Wow.
3 strikeouts in 2 innings.
Wow.
If he only goes 1 inning, he's going to punch out 2.
Wow. So you're calling 2 strikeouts for inning number 1 for Paul
Yep.
Skeens in the All-Star game. Wow. Man,
My
you're a
guy is
brave
going to
guy.
bring the
Brave guy.
electric. And you're going to see it when the cameras start flashing. And this guy releases that curveball that goes from 6 to 12 with a quickness.
He does
And
have
all
a
you're going to
nasty
feel is
curve.
wind, man.
That
All
ball
you're going to
drops,
feel is
man.
wind. That's it. This guy is a monster. I love this guy. We'll be talking about him 8 years from now being the best pitcher in Major League Baseball, Marshentime.
Is he there now?
No.
Okay. I just wanted. I had to put you on the spot real fast there. I had to put you on the spot.
No, he's got a lot to learn. He's going to get knocked
Okay.
around. We've seen him get
Okay.
knocked around. He's going to go through games where they're going to leave him in for 6 or 7 innings, and he's already given up 6 or 7 runs. You know, we're going to see those. We're going to see those games. We're going to see them. But he's going to get consistent. He's more on the side of consistent now than a lot of major league pitchers have ever started out. This guy reminds me of, now here we go, throw a little nostalgia at. He reminds me of a Steven Strasburg. Remember the hype coming behind him when he broke into the major leagues?
He was going crazy. You're right. And then he
This guy
was there for a few years.
But he's on that same bar, but he's going to last a lot longer.
Well, I mean, Strasburg lasted a long time. He just had a lot of injuries that caused him to lose seasons that he shouldn't have. I mean, I think actually Strasburg just retired like last year, didn't he? I think he retired last year.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. But if you look at the physical build between Paul and Steven, what they were right now, Paul has got a lot of beef on him. His arms, his elbows, they've got a lot of meat around them. And that tells me that he's been building those tendons and ligaments. You know what I mean? I like his chances. It's a different era. I love Steven Strasburg. Don't get me wrong. When he came in the league and he was punching out 12 and 14 a game, man, that was absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, no, I 100% agree with you. And, you know, the same thing with, you know, to me, he reminds me of a Chris Sale with that hard breaking ball, because that's what Chris Sale was used forever, is that hard breaking ball. And Chris Sale's still pitching today and still doing his thing. Paul Skeens is going to be a pitcher for a long time. Well, listen, if he stays healthy, if he stays with it, Paul Skeens will be a good pitcher and one of the top pitchers in the major leagues for the next 10, 15 years. Just like
imagine if Steven Strasburg pitched his dominant pitching for 10 straight years. Imagine that. I mean, just imagine that. Yeah. That's what we're going to get with Paul. I guarantee it.
Now, in the end of his career, will he be the strikeout king?
In the end of his career, I hope he's smart enough to do exactly what guys like John Smoltz and everybody else did. Go to the back half of that bullpen and complete his career. I hope he does. I really do.
Okay. Okay. So we'll have to see what happens, man. Anything else, Donnie Mac, before we sign off for our lovely viewers today?
Marshentime, I think that's it for me, brother. We pretty much exhausted everything I want to talk about. We got a little bit of baseball in there, man. We got the
Of
All
course.
Star weekend coming up on Monday, or is it Wednesday? Yeah, Monday. We're talking about a home run derby and everything.
Yeah.
Marshentime, one last thing. Have you seen a little bit of lineup from the? I like Strom for the home run derby
Now I'm
from
going Ozuna,
Philadelphia.
man. Ozuna's coming in.
I
I'm going Ozuna.
Ozuna, he's been blasted. I like Strom. I like the
Going
young
Ozuna.
guy, man. I'm taking the young guy.
And no, Trevor Bauer's never coming back. Oh no, Trevor's getting that old age. He's still doing it. I mean, he still does his own thing on YouTube and stuff. He's cool to watch, but he ain't never
Yeah.
coming back to the Major League Baseball. He's good. He was a good player though for a few years.
Tanner Beebe. Bauer was good. Go with Beebe now over there in Cleveland with the Guardians, because Tanner Beebe, man, this guy's like Bauer was back in his prime. Follow Beebe, guys.
Bauer plays in Mexico. He has a good YouTube. Go watch. Go if you ever seen his YouTube. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. Donnie Mac, you know what to do, man. And listen, I hate to say it, but I'm giving your team the edge just on your defensive team. I kind of hate to say it, but you know what? On my offensive side, I feel like I'd be just doing just fine against your defense. But I feel like you got to up on the head coach, and you got a little bit.
I feel like Ed Reed might take a pick six back on you, man.
Man,
Tom Brady.
now you're going a little bit cocky there, buddy. I don't know about this. Listen, I'm letting you win, but only by a little bit. Only by a little bit.
I think it's because of pick six from Ed Reed, you know what I mean? Or maybe a punt return by Devin Hester.
I mean, to be fair, if you would have put LaDainian Tomlinson in there, I'm saying you win easily. But you didn't put LT in there. I'm kind of disappointed in you for that one. You go Derrick Rose over LT, and I'm a little bit disappointed in that.
Drew Brees used to throw to Reggie Bush, and Reggie Bush was absolutely electric.
LT used to be one of the greatest receiving running backs in his career. What is wrong with you?
Darren Sproles did it for two different teams.
Oh my God!
Absolutely,
Donnie Mac,
awesome,
sign us off.
Man.
Sign us off. I'm done. Sign us off. Sign us off.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us live on 863 Sports Plus podcast. That's Marshentime. I'm Donnie Mac. Thanks for tuning into the Zoom Squad tonight, guys. Next on Saturday, 7 p.m. on TikTok. Until then, peace out.
Peace.